The following is a presentation of Grayson Publishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is football time in Texas.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs Football. Howe Bulldogs Football, brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Buck Snort Barbecue, Howe Athletic Booster Club, Techway, and Meacham State Farm.
Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Also brought to you by Knight Furniture, Independent Financial, Michelle Castle Guild Mortgage, Star Auto Body, Juan Enciso, Farmers Insurance.
Jalen Thornton looking for another seam. Spins out of another tackle. He is electric.
Also brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, Hit Exteriors LLC, Polio's Pizza Cafe, GCEC, Goodfellas Barbershop, Rapid Electric, Legend Bank, Core Fits Gym, Pradera Mobile Home Community, and Realty Group, Don's Smokehouse, Quick Check Convenience Stores, Texas Bred Lifestyle, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Grayson Garage Door.
It's a Haley's Comet for the first time in his career.
Now let's open the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Bonnie Walker.
Coming home can erase a lot of heartaches. The Bulldogs have played 3 of 4 on the road, and after last week's game with Pottsboro, the dog pound is just the recipe. Howe and Winnsboro have never met in football, and the Red Raiders have to travel over 90 miles to park the bus next to the railroad tracks. The Bulldogs seek the win column for the first time in 2020, while Winnsboro wants to become that once again after a stinging defeat by Mineola a week ago. It's Winnsboro and Howe, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Justin, Buck Snort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Buck Snort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Buck Snort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, Farmer Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local Farmers Insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. Now let's join Monty Walker with this week's seniors.
All right, this week our Senior Spotlight members are Seth Key and Brantley Flynn. Seth, let's start with you. You didn't initially go to school in Howe. Talk about that. Where'd you come from?
Well, originally I was born in Sherman, and I was in Denison when I was little, and then we moved to Colbert, Oklahoma, and I went to school there for 2 years for preschool and then kindergarten. And then after that, I proceeded to move to Sherman, where I went to first, second, and part of second grade, and then I moved to Howe in second grade.
So you're kind of all over the map there in North Texas, Southern Oklahoma. So what do you remember about your first teacher in Howe?
My first teacher in Howe was Miss Bryan. She was a really good teacher. She was always really good with the kids and everything like that, and she really just helped us in general with everything.
When did you start playing football?
I started playing football in 3rd grade.
What do you remember about that year?
It was a good year. We always had a good program. Dale Sanders was a good coach, and he always helped us just get the W.
Now, your dad was a sheriff's deputy, lost his life in 2013. That must have been a really hard time for you and your entire family. How did the community rally in support of your family?
The community in Howe was great. I mean, everyone's there always for us. I mean, when my dad first died, we always had dinner and everything for us. Everyone was just there like a big family.
What's the best part about being a Howe Bulldog?
The best part is, honestly, it's the community. We just have great pride, and we just stick up for each other, and we're just a giant family.
What other activities are you involved with at Howe High?
I'm involved with NHS and FCS, and I was involved in baseball and basketball.
So Pottsboro's really tough. They're a really good team. You played them last week, and you had the pleasant chore of lining up against Silas Barr, who's committed to the University of North Texas. What was that experience like?
It was a tough experience. He was a really good player. He did really well. I think we put up a pretty good fight against him, though, overall.
Practicing at home at Bulldog Stadium, is that any different?
Oh, yeah. Practicing at home at Bulldog Stadium is a good experience because it's kind of like you get on the field before you actually get on the field. It's like good just know your place at everything on the field.
Winnsboro, how do you get that win at home?
We just got to play together. We got to play fast. We got to be stronger than them. We just got to play to our hardest and best ability as a good team.
All right, that's Seth Key. When we come right back, we'll talk to Brantley Flynn.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrEdInsurance.com.
All right, now we're visiting with Brantley Flynn. You were a band member a year ago, got to go to state last year. Talk about that experience.
State's really good. It's really good team bonding between the band, going on long trips with each other. And it's a really good competitive scene, and there's nothing like hearing your name being announced like you're going to finals.
Now, how much time was spent when you were you're not in band anymore, but how much time was spent during that time in a week going from band and football? It had to be a full plate for you, I would imagine.
Yeah, Monday nights, there was no free time for anything. Right after school, you go to band, or you go to football, and then you go straight to band, and then you go home and sleep. And then on Thursday, sometimes we'd do band, and there was just no time to breathe, it felt like, most of the time.
So Miss Liss, your band instructor, and Coach Jay, your football head coach, are they similar or are they different?
They work a lot in the same all for one and one for all, and everybody's a team, and it's all about team. Not one person can make the program in either way.
When did you start playing football?
6th grade. No, 7th grade. No, 6th grade. No, 7th grade. 7th grade.
What do you remember about that team?
We were a good team. I was horrible. I was not good on the middle school level, but we were overall a good team, and it still shows to today where even if we lose, we still try to find a positive for the next game.
What else are you involved with at Howe High School?
Football.
All right. That's all you need, right?
Yeah.
What's a typical week for a football player like yourself?
You wake up, you go to school, then after school you go to football practice, and then you go home and you sleep. You don't got much time for anything else.
3 out of 4 games on the road. Are you ready to get home?
Yeah, ready to win our first home game.
Winnsboro, how do you get that win?
We need to play as a team and do what we're coached to do and not do what we think we should do, and we'll be fine.
That's your Senior Spotlight. That's Brantley Flynn. We also talked with Seth Key a moment ago.
Today's Senior Spotlight is brought to you by Ed Meacham State Farm. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated, Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door. Now let's join the blizzard. Blake Burnett with the District 5 3A Division I Roundup.
Welcome to the District Roundup. We are in Week 2 of District play here in District 3A Division I District 5. Right now we have a 4-way tie for first and a 4-way tie for second. 4 teams went 1-0 last week. Pottsboro, Mineola, Mount Vernon, and Commerce all got wins to start off district play. And then the other 4 teams, Howe, Winnsboro, Emory, and Bonham, all lost last week and will look to rebound this week. So those are your 4 first-place teams and your 4 second-place teams. Pottsboro beat Howe 52-0. Mineola beat Winnsboro 20-6. Mount Vernon beat Emory 53-35. And Commerce beat Bonham 43-0. Tonight, Pottsboro will travel to Emory. This will be the game of the week in district play. This game will have a lot of points scored. Should be a great contest here tonight, as I will be taking the Pottsboro Cardinals in a close one. Mineola will host Bonham tonight. I believe this game will be one-sided tonight, and Mineola will move to 2-0 in district play. Mount Vernon will travel to Commerce tonight. This game will show us what Commerce really has and see if Mount Vernon can continue winning the big games. Give me Mount Vernon winning, but they pull away late. And finally, we have Winnsboro will travel to Howe tonight. Both teams coming off of a loss last week and scoring a combined 6 points. The team that gets their offense going this week will win the game. Should be a great week here in District 5. Hope no injuries for any of the kids out there playing, and everyone has a great week of practice to get there for Friday night.
Today's District 5 3A Division I Roundup is brought to you by Grayson Garage Door.
Grayson Garage Door. Call them at 903-815-9976 and let them know you heard about them from Howe Football for 20% off your service.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfett Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfett Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfett Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfett Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Welcome to the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner. Now let's join Monty Walker with Howe Bulldogs head coach Bill Jalen.
All right, Coach, what a way to start district play. Great team in Pottsboro, state runners-up, and they're going to be tough to beat this year.
Absolutely. Pottsboro is a very good football team. I mean, they're big, they're physical, they got speed. They're a really good team. I mean, they utilize the weapons they have, and they got a lot of them. They're going to be very tough to beat down the road. Right now, watching film, I would say they're the top team in our district right now.
Well, on the third offensive series for you Friday night, I looked up and you had 3 sophomores in the backfield. You had 2 freshmen on the line. It's hard in the immediate, but I think that's going to play a role in the future of the program.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're getting a lot of young kids playing this year, and they're getting a lot of valuable experience. We're still counting on our older kids to get some jobs done at times from time to time, but yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of young kids playing right now, but long run, it'll pay off because everybody's getting experience. And, like I always say, anytime you can get a young kid experience, it pays off the next year, and especially 2 years later, it will really pay off.
Now, I noticed you huddled up a lot on offense. Is that something that's going to continue?
Yes, we're going to huddle up. And with the teams we're playing moving forward, we're going to try to burn as much clock as possible. I want to try to snap the ball under 10 seconds on the play clock just to keep the clock moving a little bit. But we will still, be using our wristbands and going fast paced from time to time. You always got to have a 2-minute offense in to be prepared for that. But you'll see us huddle more moving forward, but at times you'll see us moving fast as well.
All right, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Buffalo Wild Wings Coach's Corner.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit 1 offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
All right, Coach, what senior on your team that you can tell who's always working, even when no one's watching, he's doing his job, he's putting his work in? Who is that kid?
That's got to be Jackson Atkins, 100%. I mean, that kid plays every snap of every offensive play, every snap of every defensive play. I mean, he's on a few special teams, but Jackson Atkins is doing a great job for us on both sides of the ball, and he's just one of those kids that, he's got that little knack in him that you can't teach. He just goes 100 miles an hour every play, and even when he makes a mistake, he does it going 100 miles an hour. So he's definitely been a standout for us on both sides of the ball this year.
You need about 8 or 9 more of those Jackson Atkins kids.
Absolutely. You always wish you could have that because he's just got that little grit to him that you can't teach. But it's been an honor to coach Jackson the last 2 years, and it's going to be an honor to coach in the next couple games as well.
So with Jalen out, he's such a weapon, still a high ankle sprain. What do you do to get the offense going?
We evaluated this past weekend, and we know we weren't going to have Jalen again for this week and possibly for another week or two. We kind of sat down and said, who are the top 5 guys on our offensive side of the ball that we want to get the ball in their hands, and we had to figure out ways to get the ball in their hands and utilize what they're good at. Sometimes schemes might be great for athletes, but we got to figure out we're in a situation where these are the guys that we know need to have the ball in their hand, and what are they best at. and we're going to utilize that moving forward. I mean, it might be a little different than what you've seen in the past, but our last couple games, but we got to start utilizing the skill sets our kids have and using that to our advantage.
Well, we're 6 weeks into the season, or at least 6 weeks into school, and that's always a big test. How the Bulldogs do?
Bulldogs always do good academically. They don't like rolling the field when I get a report that they're failing. We lost only two grades, and they were really close to passing, and we know we'll get them back as soon as the grade check comes out. But I always say when you got 50, 60 kids and you're only losing 1 or 2, that's a high percentage of passing, and the Bulldogs did very well again academically. Give credit to our teachers for working with them.
Winnsboro coming into town, a 90-mile bus ride. Maybe that plays to the Bulldogs' favor. They lost to Mineola a week ago. What did you see on film?
Well, first off, Mineola is a really good football team. Winnsboro is a good football team as well. They felt, when I watched them on film, they kind of looked like they were out of sync against Mineola compared to the previous games. They're going to be they run kind of a variation of the wing tee, slot tee, so they're looking to run the ball more than anything else. They do throw it from time to time, and Coach Finney does a really good job of running that slot wing tee look out of so many different formations. And that's the hard part when you only get 3 days to prepare is, we don't know what formation they're coming out in, and we got to prepare our kids for all of them. So we spend a lot of time on formation rec and everything, but he runs it pretty effectively. That's what he's known for. But number one's their playmaker for sure, and we got to make sure we stop number one. And offensively, their defense flies to the ball. They're not very big compared to some of the teams we played in the past, but they're aggressive and they're fast. So we got to make sure we're controlling the clock, and we got to move the ball. We got to be able to move the ball and just sustain some drives.
Today's Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs.
This is Coach Jim Fryer, former Bulldog head coach and athletic director. Connie and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 80s. They supported all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and to become a member today.
This is Coach Jay. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Now let's join Monty Walker in the Opposite Corner.
Joined now with head coach Josh Finney of Winnsboro. Coach, you're a Winnsboro grad. You're a hometown boy. You got the job last year. I bet that has to be quite the feeling.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a great situation, something that just kind of happened out of the blue, and, to be able to go back home and coach at your hometown where my dad played and, where my boys are playing and where I played, it's just, it's a great feeling.
What was it like taking the field for that first time as a head coach at your school and your colors on your field?
just a wide mix of emotions. You know, you're nervous, scared, proud, excited. You know, and you're just trying to combine all that and go out there and, you know, not let nobody down, and, you know, to go out there and, you know, give it your all, and, you know, just a wide range of emotions, just trying to make sure you put a great product on the field and do a good job, something that everybody can rally behind.
Coach, you've got a very impressive one-loss record, 98-30, went 19-5 at Mount Vernon just before taking the Winnsboro job. People in Mount Vernon were probably wondering, what are they going to do? And then they go and hire Art Briles. It's kind of like your ex-girlfriend starts dating Tom Cruise. Were you expecting that?
You know, I had nothing to do with that or who they chose. You know, they got a great program going over there still, and got good coaches, and they're doing a good job. And, you know, they're the team to beat, one of the teams to beat in our district. You know, I mean, they're a top 5 team in the state. So, you know, they do a good job. I still, you know, to stay in touch with a lot of kids over there, and those kids are excited and they play hard. So, you know, there's no feelings either way. You know, there's no hard feelings on any of that. You know, I wish them nothing but the best.
Realignment came out in February. Okay, there's Mount Vernon. All right, they're in the district. No surprise there, really. Mineola, no surprise. Rains, okay. And then comes Commerce, Bonham, Howe, and Pottsboro. What were your initial thoughts?
I'm trying to figure out, like, how and why and what. When that comes out, and you know, we're in no control of where we have to go, but you know, I think it's the toughest 3A district in the state. You know, there's some teams that can play in there. I mean, there's no weeks off, and you know, you better get a lot of diesel, get ready to travel on these buses and long bus rides and long nights and long weekends. So, you know, it's just what it is. It's a straw that we drew. So, you know, we're just going to embellish it and keep going forward.
What's your main philosophy on building a great program? You've done it several times now.
Man, you know, you got to have some kid. I think the number one, you got to just have an administration that's pro athletics, you know, pro football, and, you know, and then once you get that, you got to be able to surround yourself with some great assistant coaches, and, you know, and then once you get some kids, you know, find a way to, I just try to give every kid value, you know, some worth where, you know, everybody can do one job, or, you know, whatever that kid's good at. Try to find a way where that kid feels part of it. And we try to do that at every level that we can. And my guys, they coach their tails off, and they coach really hard. And, you know, so I just, you know, I'm kind of old school, and we just we work real hard over here. So, you know, but no different than what anybody else is trying to do at other places. So, not that I got a magic recipe or not. I've just been real lucky, fortunate, blessed, whatever you want to call it, you know, throughout my 5 places I've been a head coach at.
So the hometown boy has his hometown job. Is this where you want to stay, or are you looking for elevator stadiums, or what's the future?
Oh, you know, them elevator stadiums, they don't have no cows over there. There's no hunting and fishing. You know, that's the stuff I like doing too. And, you know, I like going and looking for Indian arrowheads when I have spare time when the season's over. I love walking creek beds. So I done been up to the Metroplex and tried it for a year, and there's just too much concrete for this old country boy up there.
The Opposite Corner is brought to you by Texas Bred Lifestyle. Show that you are Bulldog bred with one of our Howe Bulldog Bred custom hats. Visit Texas Bred Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmer's insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company. NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle. NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor.
The Howe Bulldogs have won 5, lost 3, and tied once on this October 2nd day. The first game came back in 1936 when the Dogs beat Winnsboro 21-0 on a Friday afternoon. Quarterback Billy Bryant Cloud accounted for 3 Howe touchdowns, and Claude Fincher booted 3 PATs. Leroy Wiggins intercepted a pass, setting up a 73-yard touchdown by Cloud around the right side of the line. Howe lost on this day in 1958 at Prosper, 24-0, and tied Celeste in 1964 in a scoreless contest, which kept Howe from being the only 0-10 team. 50 years ago tonight, in the 13th Silver Spike, Howe whooped the rival Van Alstyne Panthers by a score of 33-20. It was the first time Howe had beaten Van Alstyne since 1946. Howe totaled 460 yards of total offense that night, including an opening score of 61 yards on a pass from Rick Hanning to Eddie Hamilton. Van Alstyne speedster Bill Benton started Van Alstyne scoring, but Hanning's aerial assault was too much for the Panthers. Robert Billy led Howe with 98 yards on the ground with 17 carries, but Robert Trotter was close behind with 82 yards on 18 carries. Hamilton led all receivers with 4 catches for 82 yards. In 1981, Howe defeated Tom Bean 12-3, and in 1987, Brian Ross rushed for 170 yards and Jay Skipworth intercepted 2 passes and threw 2 touchdown passes as Howe shut out Caddo Mills 28-0 on this day. In 1992, Howe lost to Lone Oak, and in 1998 beat Anna 34-7. The Bulldogs' last game, played on October 2nd, was a 47-7 loss to Gunner in 2009. This will be the first ever matchup with Howe and Winnsboro. The Red Raiders are in mostly Wood County, which also is the home of Mineola, the only team Howe has ever faced from Wood County. This week's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by Quick Check Convenience Stores, moving small towns forward. Family owned and operated in North Texas since 1977.
You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics.
How do you get off the mat? How do you crawl back on 2 feet? That's what tonight is all about.
You know, we haven't had our full team all season long, and we just got to keep getting better each week. I'm proud of their effort.
When the problem looks unsolvable, when the mountain seems unmovable, and the enemy seems unstoppable, and defeat looks like the only outcome. But heaven's words ring down like thunder. Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up.
That's going to be picked off by Matt Hayes. Spins out of the tackle. Is he in? It's touchdown time in Texas for Howe.
Tonight, under the lights, a gut check.
And another Haley's Comet. His 15th.
Can the young dogs get back up? We're about to find out.
Howe on the board again on the first play of the fourth quarter.
It's Howe and Winnsboro. Here we go, live from the Dog Pound. This is Bulldog football.
Today's scene setter is brought to you by Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, proud partner of Bulldogs Athletics. You're listening to the Polio's Pizza Tailgate Party. On the Howe Enterprise Sports webcast from HoweEnterprise.com. This is Howe Bulldogs football. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with the call of the game, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
Well, Justin White, it's good to be home.
It is.
3 out of 4 games on the road. Howe has had 1 game here so far, and this is game number 5 for the Howe Bulldogs. And if you want to get started, you want to get on a roll, you know, sometimes you need to get home to do that. Howe 0-4 on the season, a very good Winnsboro team coming in tonight. But if Howe's, again, trying to get on the board, you know, you just want to come home and be somewhere where you're comfortable and things are familiar, and maybe that could help out tonight. Also, Winnsboro had a 90-plus mile drive to get over here on a bus, so you're hoping that may play into a factor as well for the Bulldogs.
You kind of hope that maybe they're a little sore, Winnsboro coming in, you know, having to sit down on that bus all the time. But, yeah, you start the first of 2 home games here tonight. You put Pottsboro, let's not talk about that anymore. Put that in your rearview mirror and get ready for tonight. They got some changes offensively and hopefully just a better attitude, better outcome tonight.
Last week, I know you said you didn't want to talk about it, but 8 yards a week ago for the Howe Bulldogs against Pottsboro, and we all know what Pottsboro is. They are great. And Silas Barr and Titus Lyons and company, they're going to go a long way in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. But the Bulldogs, you know, they got out of that game and thought, you know, we got to do something different offensively. And Coach Jay has gone to more of a running attack. So we'll see maybe a double tight end set with Carson Daniels and Cooper Jones each at a tight end spot. And then still sometimes in an I formation with Carson Daniels going back into the fullback position. And Coach Jay basically said, hey, we're going to take our best downhill runners and do what we can do, what they do best, and we'll just put them in those positions where they can succeed. So maybe some play action passing And I think that key right there, the play action for Howe, could make a huge difference for this football team.
I really think that this may be the best offense, or talking about to fit the personnel. I kind of felt like the last few weeks it's kind of, even though we saw it against Sanger, it's kind of maybe trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. But I think using the tools you have here tonight with some of your bigger backs, as you said, the play action, using Austin Haley and using his arm to throw it, and hopefully you get protection up front. I think this may be the best offense for the Bulldogs.
I agree. The read option with Austin Haley just scares the water out of me. I'll just be honest with you. He's you called him last week the franchise quarterback. I'm not sure what his contract is, but he is on the books for 2.5 more years. So
we want him to live to see it too.
Yeah, we'd like to see him healthy. And that read option, he's just taking a pounding on that, as well as drop back in the pocket. And boy, he has just really had a rough go with the first 4 games. Let's go over the starting lineup. It's your hit exterior starting lineup. And I'll take the Bulldogs first. How about that? We'll go with the offense for the Bulldogs. Up front, left tackle, Jaron Grisham. He's a junior. The left guard is Jonathan Meneses. He's back, and that's big for Howe. He's a senior. The center is Jackson Atkins. He's a senior. The right guard is Luke Jackson. He's a senior. And the right tackle is Brantley Flynn. He's a senior. So a lot of positions to fill next year, but we'll worry about that next year. There's only one junior on the offensive line, and that's Jaron Grisham. So the tight end tonight will be Cooper Jones. He's a freshman. He's rushed one time for 2 yards, and he's caught 2 balls for 13 yards on the season. He'll be backed up by Braden Wise, who will have to change jerseys tonight. He's number 85 instead of 51. And quarterback, obviously, is Austin Haley. He's a sophomore. He's 17 out of 39 on the season, 1 interception and 2 touchdowns, and 226 yards. The wide receiver for Howe will be Ryan Huff. He's a sophomore. He's caught 2 passes for 90 yards and a touchdown. The slot will be Ethan Lopez, 10 rushes for 25 yards and 2 catches for 20 yards. He did rush for 2 touchdowns against Bells. He's a junior. The fullback is Carson Daniels, and he's the leading rusher for Howe. 22 carries for 96 yards. He didn't get a carry last week, although being the leading rusher. So you want to see more from Carson Daniels in this situation, in this game tonight, because he makes everything go. He's one of the key members of this offense, so he's a sophomore. The halfback tonight, this is a different change. This is Jordan Jones. He'll go back in the backfield. He's rushed 4 times for 19 yards on the season and caught 1 pass for 10 yards. We've wondered, and he's a senior, we've wondered where is JoJo? We haven't seen much of JoJo this year. And JoJo will be here tonight. He'll be in the backfield, and I figure that he will be featured. So that's your Howe Bulldogs offense. And you want to go over the Winnsboro defense?
Yes, sir. All right, starting on the defensive end, Creighton Klicka. We hear his name a lot offensively and defensively. He's playing at defensive end. Kid Cole playing as a nose tackle. We talked about him off the air here, Monty. He's going to be
very quick,
short guy. He's going to have he'll be disruptive there on that defensive line. Marquise Ivory, who's a defensive end, and then Logan Minnick playing linebacker will be up there on that line. Also playing linebackers, Zeb Fulmer, Cole Graves, and Riker Reese. Riker with a nice name there for a linebacker. In the secondary, at cornerback, Dawson Tenney and Coulter Heddick. And then the safeties, Dominique Allen, who you'll see on offense as well, plays pretty good defense there in the secondary. And then Rance Brown, the other safety.
Rance Brown is an outstanding safety. I bet you we call a lot of tackles from Rance Brown. Let's talk about the Howe Bulldogs defense. Up front, Luke Jackson had a whale of a game a week ago. Got moved into nose guard towards the second half and made a lot of tackles. Playing nose guard tonight, Jaron Grisham is healthy. We were wondering about his health. He'll be there. He's a junior. Luke Jackson, a senior. And Dakota Harrington, the senior, will be the defensive tackle. So the joker tonight will be Joey Heimel. Not that he's funny or anything. It's just the name of the position. Maybe he's a joker. I don't know. He told me his name was Hemel. Just kidding around. He kind of got me on that before the season. I said, hey, your name's not Hemel. He said, yeah, I know. It's Heimel. Well, what are you doing? So the linebackers tonight, Colby Taylor, senior. Jackson Adkins is the middle linebacker. He's a senior. And Bryce Crosby, the sophomore. They will get the start has the 3 linebackers stacking over the 3 defensive linemen. The cornerbacks tonight are Jordan Jones and Caleb Warman, and the free safety is Austin Haley, who continues to make a ton of tackles. He's got 18 tackles in 2 starts. Matt Hayes, another sophomore, he'll play the strong safety tonight, and that's your Howe defense.
All right, on the offensive side of the ball for the Winnsboro Red Raiders, offensive line, they've only got 1 senior on that line. It starts with the left tackle Logan Torres, who's that lone senior. Left guard Cole Graves. At center is Colt Wilkins. Right guard is Lane Lewis. And right tackle is Will Holman. At the slot position is Rance Brown. The tight end is Jed Carroll. The guy that makes it go is Dominique Allen, running back, and he's going to be backed up by Tayshawn Runnels. We'll hear his name a lot. Both those guys are a nice, good 1-2 punch. Zeb Fulmer playing fullback, who's a real good fullback, and they got a lot of weapons on this offense for Winnsboro. Creighton Klicka playing halfback, and then Tristan Stout, who will be at quarterback.
That's your Hit Exterior starting lineups. Hit Exterior, hometown, Howtown Roofing Company, roofing with Bulldog pride, 1 shingle at a time. Justin White, let's talk about the opponent, Winnsboro Red Raiders. Let's give us an overview of that.
Well, I think offensively they're going to run the ball a lot. They play that wing tee type of formation, but they'll kind of go into slot tee. They'll go into other different formations, but wing tee is kind of their foundation. They build around. Again, they got a lot of weapons, a lot of misdirection that we'll see, so Bulldogs have to play good assignment football. Defensively, they're not the biggest team, but they can hit. They're aggressive. They're good tacklers, and so they were ranked number 10 in the state here last week before they lost to a good Mineola team, 20-6. And their defensive output for the last few games, they 20 points again against Mineola last week. That's the most they've given up all season long. So offensively and defensively, they're a really well-balanced football team.
That's your opponent overview, brought to you by attorney Micah Belden. When you want to outmatch your opponent, call attorney Micah Belden at 903-744-4252, extension 2. Let's go over the Goodfellas Barbershop Howe Bulldogs overview. The Bulldogs tonight are going to have to get going offensively. Let's just flat out and say it. They haven't scored an offensive point in any game in the first half. That's got to change tonight if you want to stay in this football game. You've got to put points on the board early and give your team a sense that you are in the game. Now, Winnsboro is going to put up points. They do on everybody. But if Howe can maintain that sense of being in the game, scoring early, going into the locker room with a sense of, hey, like we said, being in the game. You've got to score in the first half for the first time this year, put points on the board, and you got Carson Daniels moving from tight end to a fullback, and Carson Daniels has got to be a big part of this game. We talked about that. He had no carries a week ago. He had 1 tackle at middle linebacker. He's got to be a bigger part of what the Howe Bulldogs are doing. So you expect a lot out of Carson Daniels tonight. I would like to I might say that the play action might help someone like Cooper Jones, the freshman. Mm-hmm. So if you're play action passing to the tight end, I look for Cooper Jones to have a big night tonight. And that's your Howe Bulldogs overview, again, by Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe, specializing in all cuts and styles and straight razor shaves. Experience the old feel at Goodfellas Barbershop in downtown Howe. Now we got a final thought before kickoff, and we still have a little bit of time, but final thought, we haven't heard from the Blizzard yet, so why don't Blake, why don't you start us off with your final thought before kickoff and what you expect to see out of this game? I think I have him turned on. Maybe his battery's dead. So Justin, go ahead.
Final thoughts here tonight. I think the Bulldogs are going to need to try to steal an extra possession. They're going to try to bleed the clock as well as Winnsboro. Winnsboro kind of plays kind of a little bit like Bells, tries to kind of hold on the ball for a while and limit your possessions. And as you talked about earlier, I think what the Bulldogs gives them confidence, if they can hang around, they can feel like that they have a chance to stay in this ball game and not be, down 3 or 4 touchdowns that go in the locker room that really hurts their confidence. But, yeah, I think they just defensively they're going to have to get some turnovers, give them a couple extra opportunities to have the ball, and hopefully this offense can get going. I feel like the personnel that they have fits what they're what they're trying to plan tonight.
We're changing batteries for the Blizzard. Not sure if Caroline Slauson has made it down there yet for her final thought. There she is. So let's go ahead and talk to Caroline. Go ahead and give us your thought about the game.
I'm going to take one from my good pal, Mr. Clay Wilson.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They left Winnsboro. They're going to return to Lewisboro.
that is such a Clay Wilson-ism. That is.
Lewisboro.
Okay. Okay, so the Blizzard is ready. We've got new batteries, so go ahead.
All right, my final thought tonight is Howe has to score often and early tonight. Get some scores in the first quarter tonight. You talk about the play-action pass. I do believe Cooper Jones has a big game tonight at tight end, and also running the ball with Jordan Jones will spice it up on offense.
Spice it up. I like that.
Yeah, I do too. And my final thought, I'm going to agree with the Blizzard that play-action pass is going to do wonders for the Howe Bulldogs tonight. Running the ball, setting the standard with Jordan Jones, with Carson Daniels in the backfield. And Joey Heimel is going to move back there, and he'll get some reps at tailback as well. And Coach Jay said, hey, I think we might have found something here with Heimel. As it was kind of funny, as back in 2017, his brother went from a guard to a running back late in the season, kind of like this same type of situation, and his brother was really good at tailback. Maybe Joey Heimel can be play a same kind of role. So that's your final thought for right before kickoff. So your final thoughts brought to you by Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric, don't get shocked. Call them at 903-421-8100. I want to thank Brent Brunner from Rapid Electric. He helped me set up the speakers here at Bulldog Stadium over the past several weeks. We've been really working on it and trying to fight through some static situations on some of these signals, but I think we got it tonight. I hope we have it tonight down behind the bleachers. They've got speakers down there, so you can hear our broadcast right now from behind the bleachers in the men's restroom and at the concession stand. So if you're standing at the concession stand and you can hear us, why don't you go ahead and wave? We'll just wave back at you. There you go. There you go.
See anything yet?
Yeah, all right. Well, good for the concession stand. I think that's going to help the atmosphere around the stadium, where you can. It's kind of like a concourse area at the ballpark. You can pick up our broadcast. So if you have to go get you some cowboy nachos, at least you know what's still going on.
That's good to have. Going big time here.
So it's a nice added feature. Our night furniture sideline report. We've talked to Caroline just for a moment. We haven't got officials tonight or the atmosphere or setting the scene for us. Caroline, are you down there? Can you go ahead and set it up for us? Is it a beautiful night? What do we got?
Y'all, it finally feels like fall, if you can believe it. October 2nd, it is 67 degrees currently, and I am loving it. Loving it. The crowd is a little thin tonight, as we talked about. So we're hoping, we're just hoping for the best.
Yeah, the crowd is thinned out a little bit, and that happens when you're 0-4.
Mm-hmm.
The band is back in the bleachers because they sold less than 500 tickets.
Okay.
So, Miss Liss was telling us in the pregame that, even at homecoming, not a lot of people were sitting down there anyway. So they probably had enough room at homecoming to sit in the bleachers, even when it was packed. So tonight, she asked the question, if a certain number of tickets were not sold, would they be able to move the band back in the bleachers and have that sense of normalcy? And she got the green light, so they're in the bleachers. So across the way, it appears that the Red Raider, that's the Howe Bulldogs coming through the tunnel. So Jordan Jones is running through the tunnel with the black flag and the pink gloves that says Bulldog Nation on the flag. And it is Braden Wise in his new number 85 carrying the Texas flag. So we're just about ready for football time in Texas. The Red Raiders have not come through their tunnel yet, but they do have a tunnel over there, and they have the old traditional paper banner in front of the tunnel as well. So they're kind of going 1980s old school.
I hadn't seen a paper banner being run through in a while.
Hey, I tell you what, if you're going to run the wing tee and run it all night long, you better have a paper banner to run through. So the Bulldogs look good, and they're all black. Black jerseys, black pants, black helmets with a thick gray stripe down the side. And there goes the smoke for Winnsboro. It's gray and red smoke, and there goes Winnsboro in their red jerseys. New black helmets this year for them that traditionally have had red for many years, but have gone to that black helmet look. It's a matte finish, really sharp. Their jerseys are going to be a little bit tough to see, for us anyway, the numbers.
Oh, boy.
Because it's black outlined in white. The black numbers outlined in white on red jerseys. Now, it's not Cardinal red, as we saw a week ago. It's not the Pottsboro Cardinal red.
What do they look like? Sanger, they look like the Minnesota Vikings. The Pottsboro look like Arizona Cardinals.
Well, this red is more similar to Syracuse or such. Has somewhat of an orange tint to it.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like being in the middle of a firework.
It really is. I'm worried about my house that's about a block away.
It smells
over there.
like a firework.
The smoke is stretching.
I don't know if you can see, but I am absolutely in it. It's actually pretty cool.
Well, the smoke is stretching from the 20-yard line all the way to the south end zone. It's a pretty good haze. And now the Howe school song. We'll let you listen to that. The captains are meeting at midfield, and it's going to be Brantley Flynn for Howe. And I can already tell you it's going to be tough to see the numbers on those red jerseys.
I think that's number 22, Kobe McAdoo.
Okay. So, again, only two captains out there. And Caroline is actually in the huddle, in the coin toss, it appears.
They're going to allow her in there, yes.
The representative.
No.
Brantley Flynn.
He said heads, right? It is heads. You want to receive? You're going to kick. Kick it from that way.
Okay, so Winnsboro won the toss, and they are going to receive the football. Nice job, Caroline. And Howe's going to be kicking to start the game, and they're going to kick towards the concession stand. So that'll be Howe will be going south to north from our right to left here at Bulldog Stadium. Again, good to be back home. Their second game of the year here at Bulldog Stadium. We're just about ready for the national anthem. See if we have a prayer before, or it may go straight to the anthem. And we're going to the anthem. The Scouts are raising the flag as we speak. Beautiful rendition of our national anthem by the Pride of Howe, the Howe Marching Band, and it's almost football time in Texas. I'd like to introduce you to the band. On guitar tonight, Justin White, our color analyst. Our engineer is Carson Grogan in the booth with us. Up top on the deck is our statistician, the Wizard, Blake Burnett, and Jake Roberts running highlights. And on the field, as always, the beautiful Caroline Slauson down there. So, Caroline, I think you're going to be busy tonight. I think we're going to be talking to you a lot because I just have a good feeling about, the way Howe may come out and play offense tonight.
Well, I am glad to be back. I missed last week, and so I'm here whenever y'all are ready to talk.
Yeah, and I want to say thanks to Carson Grogan last
Stone
week.
Cold up there.
He did a great job last week. Absolutely great job. So very nice. So now we know we have backup, Caroline. If you miss again, you better watch out. You know how that works.
I still like Carson's intro. The broken glass.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there we go.
He's over here. He's even
He's
starting
rocking.
to sway back and forth up here. So K9 is back. Kevin Flores, welcome back to the Howe Bulldogs. He is over his COVID illness and back on the football field. So the freshman goes back down to JV, and K9 gets his jersey back, and the Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. It's going to be taken at about the 27-yard line by Allen, who's running left side trying to pick a hole, and he's down immediately. A nice job by Howe to make the play at the 33-yard line. It looks like Caleb McNutt. And did I call him by the right name?
You said Caleb.
Caleb, not
You did
Colby.
say Caleb.
I talked to Colby McNutt during the week. He said, hey, everybody knows my name now. So Howe's going to, Winnsboro rather, will start from their own 34-yard line. Looks like where they're going to spot it. And it'll be a toss right. It goes right through the hands of Allen. This is trouble because he dances out of jail. And now he's being chased down. He gets around the edge, and he is fast. Allen picks up the fumble, runs around the left edge, has one man to beat, and Jordan Jones slings him down at the 21-yard line in Howe territory. It looked like it was going to be disaster for Winnsboro, but Allen was able to go back and pick it up and have room to run. It was much like Commerce a year ago when we thought it was trouble when the ball went over the quarterback's head. He picked it up and ran it all the way in for a touchdown.
I tell you what, those are breaks that the Bulldogs need right there. When the ball goes in the backfield 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage and you're not able to contain the guy, and thank goodness for Jordan Jones and his speed and the angle, able to bring him down. A touchdown saving tackle.
45-yard run for Allen on the first play. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to the right side, and falling down is the fullback, which is going to be that is the man with the DJ name, Kid Cole.
Kid Cole.
So Kid Cole gets to start at fullback, and on the first carry, he'll take it for about 5 yards to the 16-yard line.
Again, they do a lot of different misdirection here. They'll split a guy out wide. They'll have a couple of running backs backfield.
It's a slot T look and a toss left side, and that's going to be Runnels, and he's going to surge forward. A flag is down. Looks like he had the first down. I believe that's Runnels and not Wood in the backfield. And the flag will probably negate this, as usually that's going to be an offensive penalty, and we'll see what it is.
Yeah, pitch out the left side, and kind of when you get those guys in space, somebody's bound to hold when Bulldogs are trying to pursue, and looks like that is going to be on the Bulldogs, so they'll drop them back. So Bulldogs take whatever break they can get.
It's on the Red Raiders. So
I'm sorry, on the Red Raider. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, they'll back that up, and they'll spot the ball at about the 22.5-yard line.
It's on the Red Raiders. Bulldogs will take the break.
There you go. Up front for Howe right now is Jaron Grisham, Dakota Harrington, and Luke Jackson. Under center is Stout, and he's going to hand off to the first man through, and not much doing there. The defensive line, and now a late surge from Winnsboro pushes the pile a little bit forward, but he's only going to get maybe a couple of yards past the 20, maybe to the 19.
Yeah, there's a lot of motion, different running backs coming through, and that was the first man through. And they'll do some of those quick hitters that before you even know it, guy will be to the second level. But good adjustment by the Bulldogs. And it's going to be about a 3rd and 8 here for the Red Raiders.
So 3rd down and 8. And Stout and company will come to the line of scrimmage. This is a slot T look. Man goes in motion. He gets the carry, and that's going to be Wood. And he runs right over right tackle, enough for a first down. That's Allen, rather. And he'll punch his way and surge his way inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
Good job there by Allen. Got the handoff and kind of followed his lineman. He didn't try to run past him had very good patience, very good vision there to see that through to get the first down.
So 9 minutes exactly on the clock, And Winnsboro just moved, so that's going to be a penalty against Winnsboro. So instead of being first and goal from the 9, they're going to back that one on up 5 yards.
So another break for the Bulldogs. A couple of penalties here on this drive for the Red Raiders. And again, as soon as you get kind of comfortable with the run, you may see play action at some point here. So the Bulldogs need to be sure they pay attention to that. Don't let somebody leak out of the backfield or get behind them, behind their coverage.
Split out to the near side is going to be the receiver, Rance Brown. Again, Winnsboro moving to the south end zone. And Stout wants to hand off up the middle. Actually, this is Allen again. He gets around the right side, and that's the slot T for you. You don't know which way the ball's going.
Yeah, I think everybody thought it was either going up the middle or going left, and it went to the right side around to Allen. And good job by the Bulldogs on containment there and stayed in their lanes. They did a good job of tackling. That's another thing we saw a pretty good job last week is tackling. The Bulldogs have been trying to focus on that here last couple of games, trying to improve on that.
8:07 on the clock. And Stout and company come to the line of scrimmage. A split out wide to the near side this time is going to be Heddick. And this is going to be a handoff to Cole, running left guard, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. A nice play there up the middle. And Joey Heimel, the safety, is going to come up and make the stop. So it's 3rd down and goal now.
Heimel playing that secondary. Is he maybe playing that joker position? Came over there and filled the hole and did a good job making the tackle here. Another 3rd down. A chance for the Bulldog defense to really tighten the screws here.
One would
imagine 3rd and goal.
One would imagine this is 4-down territory early in the game. 7:24 on the clock, and Stout hands off. He falls down, but he does hand off on the left side. But stopped shy of the goal line is, I believe, Allen on the carry, and it will be 4th down and decision time at the 1-yard line. Maybe the 2, but it's very close to the goal line. We'll see what they expect to do here. And Stout stay in the game. They're going to go for it.
Absolutely. With a running team like this, they like to keep the ball on the ground. They're definitely going to go for it. But can you imagine what kind of confidence booster this could be for the Bulldogs if they can make a defensive stand and we got a timeout, make them think about it.
Winnsboro's going to call it. We'll be right back. We'll take our first, and we'll be right back right after this. Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Howe Bulldogs. This is Coach Joey McQueen, Farmer Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Vic and I still love the dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same today as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletes, girls and boys, middle school and high school. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask that you back the dogs and become a member today. Go visit the Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Have a great year, Bulldogs.
And we're back. There's 6:44 on the clock. So here comes Winnsboro, going to go for it on 4th and goal from about the 2. 8th play of the drive. And this is a handoff to the left side. And in for the touchdown is Allen. So on a 4th and 1, they go for it and are successful. And that's what good teams do. So Winnsboro's on the board first to start this football game. They strike first blood with 6:39 left to go in the first.
Well, at least you made them burn a timeout there. Maybe they'll need that later on, but pitch out the left side, good blocking ahead. Dominic Allen able to walk in the end zone.
And the extra point is true, and on the PAT was Jonathan Marquez. Our score 7-0 here early, 6:39 on the clock. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Tech Wave kickoff sails out of bounds over the head of Caleb McNutt. And your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Winnsboro was 8 plays, 66 yards. It took 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. And they lead 7-0. And that's your hit exterior scoring drive recap. Now, Howe's going to take the ball for the first time tonight, and they'll spot it for them to begin this drive at the 30-yard line. So they've got 70 yards to go on their first drive. We'll see this new little play-action, I-formation type offense for Howe. Jordan Jones will dot there's not an I. He's a single back. And Haley, instead of being in the gun or the pistol, he's going to go under center here.
Hadn't seen that in a while.
Want to thank Brent Bruner from Rapid Electric, who helped us out on the audio back there on the back side of the bleachers. Appreciate that. Here's a handoff to Jones on the first play. He breaks out of a tackle. Look out. Makes a man miss 40, 45, and out of bounds near midfield at the 49-yard line. And there's a spark that Howe needs, but a flag is down.
I tell you, I've been preaching it all year long that I think Jordan Jones, if Jalen Thornton went in the backfield, they need to get put Jordan Jones back there and get him the ball. And we see it right there. He's electric. Unfortunately, there's a flag on the play, but at least we see the playmaking ability of Jordan Jones.
If flag is downfield, it appears to be a hold, so a spot foul. We'll see where they spot the ball. If it is a hold, and if it's where the flag is. But maybe not. Maybe it's at the line of scrimmage. They're backing this one up a little bit. So where are they going to spot this thing? Okay, it is a spot foul. It's a hold. They're going to spot it at the 35. So wipe off the great carry to start the game for Jordan Jones. And it's first down and 5 for Howe after the hold. Jones again all alone in the backfield. Haley goes under center. Ryan Huff is split out wide to the right. And Haley wants to throw that way. Deep down the field for Huff. And there's a flag. Pass interference or holding at the 40-yard line of Winnsboro as Huff had 3 defenders all over him, and one was just hanging on a little bit too much.
I like that. Austin Haley play action. He dropped back, had a nice little pocket in front around him there by his offensive line. Threw it into maybe triple coverage. I think maybe thought Cooper Jones had a step. But good thing the Red Raiders interfered there, and that'll be an automatic first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was Ryan Huff, the intended receiver. And that's going to spot the ball at midfield for the Bulldogs. First and 10, right to left as Jackson Adkins breaks the huddle, heads to the line of scrimmage. Everybody else follows suit. Landon Duty split out wide to the left, and Huff split out wide to the right. This is a handoff up the middle, not much doing there. As for the first time, the I formation, and Carson Daniels gets his first carry in a couple of weeks, and that one is for no gain.
Well, we talked about Carson Daniels wanting to get him involved there and get his first touch there. Unfortunately, just right back to the line of scrimmage.
So he checks out of the game. He goes and slaps, gives high five or low five to Bill Jailing, and it's Cooper Jones in the backfield here. And this is going to be an inside trap to the near side. Ethan Lopez has some running room as he'll make his way for 7 yards at the 43-yard line. A nice trap on the inside.
I like that. They faked it to Jordan Jones and then gave it to Lopez right there. Went right behind the left guard position there, right in that hole, and able to utilize his speed. And so far, I like the play calling here by the Bulldogs.
Looks pretty good. 6 yards officially to the 44-yard line of Winnsboro. It's 3rd down and 4 or a long three. I formation or an offset I. Haley wants to throw, rolling out right under pressure by Kid Cole. Throws it down the field and throws it away. It's incomplete. Fourth down is coming up for Howe.
For the first time tonight, we saw some pressure. And Austin Haley running for his life there, just had to throw it away. And do you try to go for it here, or you're at the Red Raider 44-yard line?
Well, Cooper Jones is checking in. That doesn't mean a whole lot because he plays a lot of offense, but he's also your punter. It's 4th down and 6, and Jackson Atkins is going to the line of scrimmage, which means Howe's going for it. Jordan Jones all alone in the backfield. 2 tight end set. Huff split out wide right. This is going to be a handoff to Jones. Left side breaks a tackle. Looking for the near side. He's got the 40 and out of bounds. Close to a first down, and he has it. Move the sticks. Jordan Jones pushes it across. And it's first down Howe.
I think Jones wanted to go at the middle there for a second. Saw nothing there. Bounced the outside. Used his speed to just get around the corner and get just enough for the first down.
Jordan Jones looks like he belongs at that position for sure. And we've been talking about that for about 4 weeks. Hey, Jones and Thornton in the game at the same time would be nice. And here's a handoff to Jones, and this time he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. This is going to be a loss. And I believe that was Cole, the nose guard, on the stop as Jones was turned away. A loss of 1 back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Cole playing right over the ball. They're able to shed a tackle. And Jones, as soon as he got the ball, was met by him and about 2 or 3 other red jerseys.
Loss of 2, actually, will make it 2nd down and 12. Ethan Lopez will come near side, split out wide to the left, heading toward the concession stand, if you're familiar, right to left towards the north end zone. Haley in the gun, drops back 3 steps, now flushed down to the pocket, and now steps aside, and he's really under trouble and slung down near midfield. Again, pressure coming from up the middle. Kid Cole, the extremely quick nose guard, and that's going to be a loss of about 8 yards.
Good coverage downfield by the Red Raiders. Haley running for his life, had maybe a second as he was going to his right, but just couldn't find nobody downfield. And they're not big up front, but they're fast and they're quick, and they play hard, they play relentless, and they're able to bring down Haley.
So it's 3rd down and some cowboy nachos. 3rd and about 20 right here. Haley again in the gun with Daniels next to him. Quick pass out right side to Jones, who makes a couple of people miss. He's quick. Look out, first down and more. Near the 20-yard line is Jones. Shot out of a cannon.
Well, all that was just a quick pass over to him. He got some blockers ahead of him and just weaved his way and used his speed almost like the Red Raiders were standing still. Put that thing in another gear for Jordan Jones.
Josh Finney, the head coach from Winnsboro, has got to be thinking, hey, who is this team? We haven't seen this team on field.
Yeah, this wasn't the offense they had. And it looks like Bulldogs will call a timeout.
And Jordan Jones is being attended to by Ricky Yake. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home.
Welcome back. Joey Heimel has checked into the game for Howe as Jordan Jones is being attended to momentarily. I think he's going to be okay. He's up, but Heimel is into the game at the tailback position. 1st and 10. Haley goes under center, and he hands off to the first man through. Nothing doing there, driven back hard. And a flag is down. So the handoff to Daniels and the defensive line basically took Daniels and Haley and everybody else with him back for about 5 yards.
Yeah, if a play had ever got blown up, that's what that was. I'm curious what this flag is because, I mean, they just busted through the line like the Bulldog offensive line wasn't there. And I just wonder if there's maybe I don't know.
Well, they're talking to Josh Finney, the head coach over there. He's very successful. It was at Mount Vernon for quite a while. Went 19-5 there for 2 seasons. And the penalty, whatever it is going to be declined. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Apparently it was a false start.
Looks like Jordan Jones is back in the game now.
So it's 2nd down and 10 for Howe. And the clock's rolling at 2:46 here in the first quarter. A pretty good first quarter for Howe.
It really is.
And Jones will go split out wide to the right. And Atkins comes to the line of scrimmage. Ethan Lopez split out wide to the left. Haley is in the gun with Daniels to his left, standing next to him. And Haley wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Now steps up in the pocket, and he is going to scramble out to the right. Finds a seam towards the edge on the far side. Knocked out of bounds hard right on the first down marker. And that could be dangerous, but Haley gets right back up. So he's right at the marker.
I wondered if he wanted to throw the wide receiver screen, and it was covered up there, but he felt the rush and somehow avoided that and then broke to the outside and got near the out of bounds, was trying to get out of bounds, and he just got hammered.
You know, you got to teach those guys that run the chain, hey, when somebody's coming at it, you got to let that thing go. You can't just hold it up. That's a good way to get everybody hurt. So the ball now spotted at the 9-yard line, and this is going to be a handoff right up the middle. And I think that is Daniels, and he slung down hard, and a flag comes out late. That's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Winnsboro.
It was interesting. Carson Daniels got that handoff, hit mid a scrum, and then as the scrum was moving, the Bulldog offensive line came and tried to push it as well. And during all that, while he was trying to run or carry the pile, he got thrown down. I think after the whistle was blown, it's going to be a sportsmanlike conduct against the Red Raiders.
So that would be half the distance to the goal from the 9-yard line. It'll put it at the 4.5, and they're going to lay it down right just inside the 5-yard line.
Just inside the Winnsboro 5-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and goal for Howe, a good situation, and holy smokes, Howe looking for their first points in the first half of any game so far this season. $1:31 on the clock here in the first. Haley under center, turns, toss, right side. Jordan Jones looking for the front corner of the end zone. He's not going to get it, just shy. It looked for a moment he was going to have enough speed to get there easily, but the speed of Winnsboro closed up quickly.
Jordan was kind of standing out offset there a little bit to the right of Haley, pitched it out to him. He tried to use that speed, but the Red Raiders keyed in on that time, had a good angle, and able to bring Jones just short of about the 4-yard line.
Good enough for about 3 as they spotted at the 2. Haley under center. He's going to try to sneak it in himself. Surges forward. Is he close? Is he in? No signal yet. And it is touchdown time in Texas for the first time in the first half for the whole season. Austin Haley punches it in.
I like that. They went to the line. They didn't waste a lot of time there. They didn't let the clock go down. They just went ahead and got behind the big guys and just pushed his way forward and got the first touchdown of the night for the Bulldogs.
What a drive for Howe.
A nice, methodical, well-balanced drive. They ran the ball, they passed the ball, and they were able to end it with the touchdown.
K9 on for the PAT. The kick is up, looks pretty, and it's good. Howe ties the game at 7 with 47 seconds remaining in the first. How about that?
We got us a ball game, folks.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is
Caroline,
a no-pressure,
can you ask them for 60s,
people-first
please?
philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing.
Yes.
Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Howe. 12 plays, and it took 5 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. And here's a little pooch kick to Winnsboro, and the fair catch is going to be called for at about the 35-yard line, at their own 35, and that's where the Red Raiders will take over, moving left to right towards the south end zone. But how about that 12-play drive, 65 yards, and Howe may have found something here. And you hate to say, well, it's 5 5 games into the season, but hey, who cares? They finally found something offensively.
I think it's the perfect time now. You'd like to have it earlier, but you're right in the middle of district here. You play Pottsboro, the number 3 team in the state of Texas last week that you're going to have a tough time against. Great to bring out this new offense and kind of caught Red Raiders off guard right now.
1st and 10, left to right. Goes Winnsboro, and this is going to be Stout handing it off right side. A big carry for the big fullback. That's Zeb Fulmer. And he's going to make about 9 or maybe 10 yards on 1st down. Setting up, we'll see if they move the sticks. It's going to be very close near midfield at the 46-yard line.
You got to hope the success from the Bulldogs offense will carry over to the defense, kind of build them some confidence as well. Because Winnsboro has been known to hold on the ball for a while. They'll make long, methodical drives themselves.
They'll move the sticks. It's a 1st down for Winnsboro on 1st down with the Fulmer carry. So Howe moving positions with a 4-man front up on the defensive line, and Jackson Adkins makes a great stop after about a 2-yard run by Allen. Or is that Cole? Regardless, it is a good first quarter for Howe. The first offensive points in the first half all season. It's 7-0. We'll be right back right after this.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
2nd down and about 7 for Winnsboro. As we come back, we flip sides now. Winnsboro moves to the north end zone. This is going to be a handoff to Cole on the inside trap, and he's got a lot of room around the edge, being chased down and finally brought down by Bryce Crosby along with Jordan Jones. It's a 1st down for Winnsboro, as that'll push the ball on out into Howe territory at about the 35, actually about the 37-yard line.
Another long run there by Red Raiders. Fake the pitch and then gave the trap there right around that right side. And able to get big yardage in there into Bulldog territory.
Boy, they are wing T counter trap city, aren't they?
They really are.
1st down and 10. Right to left, 11:23 in the second. We're just underway in the second quarter. Man goes in motion, and Stout wants to throw. He throws a screen pass out to Allen. It's going to be caught behind the line of scrimmage and brought down pretty quickly out there by Colby Taylor. And Luke Jackson also in the vicinity, and that'll be 2nd down and 10. Nice play out there.
And the Red Raiders will do this sometime. They'll drop back, they'll do a play action, and throw the ball. They're not always on the ground. They do mostly on the ground, but they will throw the ball. But good recognition there by the Bulldogs, especially Luke Jackson right there to stop Dominic Allen in his tracks right there as soon as he caught the ball.
Colby Taylor playing a pretty good linebacker position, especially for someone who hasn't played football since junior high. Nice play right there. 2nd down and 10 coming up. 10:42 on the clock. And it is running. And this is going to be a quick game. I can tell you that right now. We're going to be out pretty quickly tonight. And as soon as I say that, the officials blow their whistles and a timeout's been called by Winnsboro. We'll take a quick one. We'll be right back.
CoreFit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. CoreFit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At CoreFit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. CoreFit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, Why, and How. Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Second down and 10 coming up for Winnsboro as we're back from action after their timeout. They'll break the huddle and head to the line of scrimmage. And everybody follows suit. There's 10:28 on the clock. And Stout goes under center. He's looking to throw. Down the field, middle of the field. It's tipped and almost intercepted by Joey Heimel, but it falls incomplete with 10:23 on the clock. I thought a flag was down, and there's an injured Bulldog down at about the 46-yard line. We'll have to check and see who that is.
I can't tell who it is.
And I think it's Jaron Grisham.
I believe it is Dakota Harrington.
Oh, it's Harrington.
Number 68, but I'm not positive yet.
Yeah, Grisham is taking a knee, it appears. And I don't see Harrington taking a knee, so that might be correct. The PA announcer, longtime PA announcers are here tonight, Roger Tidwell and Leon Thornhill, who's been here since BC, I think. Sorry, Leon. Just kidding.
Well, it's quiet right now.
Yeah, the trainer, Ricky Yake, is attending to the young man, Harrington, and he gets up and he's going to kind of walk off gingerly. Ricky Yake been here for 32 years himself. Matter of fact, Ricky Yake's been here since I was a freshman. Now my son's a freshman out there.
Don't feel old at all, do you?
He doesn't look like, he hasn't aged one bit in all of those years. Not one bit. Still looks the same. I don't know how he does it. So checking into the game is Brantley Flynn at that defensive tackle position for Dakota Harrington. Up front is Grisham, Luke Jackson, and Brantley Flynn, the 3 down linemen. And Bryce Crosby comes down on the line as well. Stout wants to throw again. Back in the pocket, setting up the screen, near side. And he's got a receiver, a back out of the backfield, who's got the 20 and a lot of room down to the 20-yard line. And on the reception out of the backfield is going to be Angel Hernandez. And that's another first down for Winnsboro.
Bulldogs really bit on that screen there. I tell you what, he had a lot of space, a lot of a couple of good blockers down there, and no Bulldogs really in sight, and he did a job there following his blocks there.
It's going really quickly, but I want to check down with Caroline Slauson. The attitude and everything's got to be feeling pretty good down there, I would think.
Yeah, guys, a whole lot different than it has been this whole season, and really what we came in here expecting. So it's a lot of fun down here tonight.
First down and 10, man in motion is Allen. He gets the carry on the jet sweep, trying to find a hole, and is going to be wrestled down after maybe 3 or 4 yards. And they'll spot it at the 16-yard line, rather. So give him 4 yards on that carry, setting up a second down and 6. 9:23 on the clock here in the second quarter.
I tell you what, Bulldogs have done a pretty good job, aside from that long run that they had on the bad pitch. They've done a pretty decent job there of containing Allen so far. He's had the 1 touchdown, but it was on a short run. But
the first play from scrimmage is really the one that just
yes.
He had him bottled up. Second down and 6, a long 6. This is going to be a handoff to Hernandez, the fullback, and he'll gain close to the first down. It'll be right at the marker, and they're going to go ahead and move the sticks. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line.
It's almost like they run like a triple option, but they hand it to the first man through, which is Hernandez, and he kind of runs low center of gravity, short to the ground there, and able to burrow his way for a first down, first and goal.
8:33 on the clock, first and goal for Winnsboro, just inside the 10-yard line. They'll spot it at the 9. And Stout goes under center. He turns. He's going to roll around the right edge, trying to keep it. He's going to try to put it in himself. Flag is down, and so is Stout at about the 6 or 5 yard line.
The flag will be holding.
So you hear the blizzard. Holding will be the call against Winnsboro, which is very good news for the Howe Bulldogs.
Yeah, because he was almost got around the edge there, and the holding is the correct call.
Blizzard's always right.
Don't doubt the blizzard.
Never doubt the blizzard.
I don't think we have either. I don't think we've ever doubted.
No, even when he predicts scores and such.
We were like,
generally
I don't know about that.
We're talking about, we generally sometimes do predictions and stuff, and everybody kind of waits to see what the Blizzard says. And okay, that sounds good.
We'll play off that one.
So the ball now spotted at the 19 instead of the 9 after the 10-yard penalty on the holding call. So Allen will be split out in the slot. Look for him here. 2 men in the backfield, and this is going to be a handoff to Hernandez to about the 13-yard line, perhaps.
Gosh, they have just so many different formations. That time they had 2 receivers out wide and then kind of a split backfield, and then gave it to Hernandez.
A lot of formations and a lot of weapons. They have a lot of kids to choose from back there to help carry the load off of Dominique Allen, who had 1,600 yards a year ago.
Yeah, they've just got different ones that they can go to, and you can't really key in on anyone at all. I mean, you got to really account for all of them.
1 man in the backfield. Actually, this is a slot T look, and Stout wants to throw across the middle. He's got his tight end. It's going to be caught, and he stumbles and bumbles his way towards the goal line, and I think he's going to be down at the 1. And I believe that was Jed Carroll on the reception, and he'll take it to the 1, and this is going to be striking distance for Winnsboro.
Yeah, that was just a quick 3-step drop, really, and just kind of threw it right in the middle of traffic there. And the tight end, Carroll, able to just twist and turn his way for about 5 or 6 yards, almost down near the goal line.
3rd down and goal from the 1. Here we go again. Same situation. This is 2-down territory for Winnsboro. And they have the muscle to punch it forward, you would think. Stout sends a man in motion. They're going to hand off to Allen over right guard. He's in. That one's pretty easy. Touchdown Winnsboro, and they take the lead again, 13-7, awaiting the PAT with 6:36 remaining here in the second quarter.
Well, that's not unusual for them to just give it to Allen and give it to their big play back there and let him get behind the right guard. Again, you have to count. This is where it was hard to really play against them because they got so many different weapons, but they went to their go-to guy in Allen.
Marquez for the PAT. Heading to hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So 14-0, Winnsboro in the lead here at Bulldog Stadium. And you got to be happy, you would think, if you're a Howe Bulldog fan right now. We'll be right back right after this timeout. At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Winnsboro. 10 plays, 65 yards. It took 6 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock. Holy cow. We have had 3 possessions in this game and 3 touchdowns. No punts, and they're all long possessions. Winnsboro's first possession was 8 plays, and then Howe came with a 12-play, and now a 10-play from Winnsboro. Good sustaining drives. And here's the Tech Wave kickoff, going to be taken by Cooper Jones near the 8-yard line, and he won't get much around the left side. He's going to be knocked down pretty quickly inside the 20 at about the 15. So Howe's got a long way to go to start this drive. But so far, so good for the Bulldogs. They've been able to sustain. They've only had the 1 drive, but they sustained it very nicely.
They kept it a while, and it'll be interesting to see what adjustments both teams, both coordinators, both coaches make here now that they've kind of seen each other a little bit.
Hey, I want to say and give props to Carson Grogan up here. It's nice to have him back in the booth, to have an engineer, because when he's not here, that means I have to do a whole lot more stuff. Very nice to have him up here. 1st and 10, and Howe wants to throw a quick screen pass near side. Ethan Lopez makes the catch and has about 4 yards, but the ball is on the turf, and Winnsboro has it. And this is how games change right here. Winnsboro has recovered a fumble from Ethan Lopez at the Howe 17-yard line. Uh-oh.
Yeah, let's hope that things don't start falling apart. I like the look. It was a quick pass out to Lopez, and he used some of his speed on the outside, but somebody got in there and tore it away, and Winnsboro now has the ball in Bulldog territory.
They're going to spot it at the 20-yard line, and that is not good. That is the way games change right there.
Because not only have you turned the ball on, but you give them the short end of the field here too.
So it's 1st and 10. Yeah, this is not good for Howe. Slot T look, right to left goes Winnsboro, and they'll hand off, first man through, and some big yardage, about 7 yards before Jackson Adkins finally brings down the ball carrier. And the ball carrier is going to be Angel Hernandez again.
Hernandez in that lone man in the backfield. Again, there was a man in motion, just went straight up the gut there. And they'll use interior runs, they'll use around the edges, whatever they see on the defense.
6 yards on first down, brings up 2nd down and 4. And a new quarterback into the game for Winnsboro, and flags are down, and it's going to be a false start against Winnsboro. And sometimes when you get a new quarterback into the game, you have a different cadence, and that can throw off the offensive line, and that might have happened right there.
I'm trying to see who the new quarterback is. If that's Kilka, I guess. I'm not sure. I couldn't see.
I thought for a moment it was Kyler Finney, the coach's son, and it was Finney at quarterback. So let's check and see if Stout is back into the game, but they'll back it up 5. It'll now be 2nd down and 9 with the ball spotted at the 19. Man in motion is Allen, and it is Finney, and he runs into his back, which is Cole, and Cole spins forward for a few yards, maybe about 5 or 6, back to where they were a moment ago before the false start. Ball's going to be spotted at the 14. So Finney comes in for Stout, and there's been a penalty, and he's ran into one of his backs so far, so you don't know how many reps he's had with his first-team unit here, but
and he's only a freshman too, so.
And you don't know what's wrong with Stout, who's not in the game, obviously, the starting quarterback. So Finney into the game. This is a slot T. This is going to be a handoff to Cole again, left side. He rumbles and makes his way close to the end zone, but he's finally knocked down about the 5-yard line. But it's another 1st down and goal situation for Winnsboro. And the turnover is really where things have changed right here.
And that that's going to change the complexion of the game.
Changes the whole game.
Because now you've got to kind of play catch up, and your possessions are going to be limited anyways.
1st down and goal. Allen in motion, and Finney's going to try to run it in himself. He's stopped close to the goal line and drugged down by Jordan Jones at the line of scrimmage. They may give him a yard or so in forward progress, but Jones made a nice play on the edge. They will give him a couple, which will spot the ball around the 3-yard line.
Good job there by Jones. You're using some of his speed to kind of stop Finney from trying to get around that edge and able to wrap him up and then wait for the rest of the Bulldogs to bring him down.
So here comes Winnsboro. A man split out wide to the right. Everybody else in tight. This is a handoff up the middle, and converting easily for the score is going to be Angel Hernandez over right guard. So Winnsboro extends the score in their lead to 20-7 at Bulldog Stadium with 3:33 on the clock, awaiting this PAT, which is coming up by Marquez. And he's been perfect so far tonight. He's a good kicker. And Marquez, it's on the tee. The kick is up, the kick is high, and the kick is good. 21-7. Winnsboro in the lead. There's 3:33 on the clock here in the 2nd quarter. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Justin, Bucks North Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Buck Snort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the Dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the Dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Winnsboro was 5 plays, 20 yards after the Lopez fumble, which gave them the ball deep in Howe territory and set up the 3-yard touchdown by Angel Hernandez to give Winnsboro the 21-7 lead with 3:33 remaining here before the half. And Howe is going to take the ball in pretty good field position here on the Tech Wave kickoff as the ball sailed out of bounds.
Well, as I was saying earlier, that turnover changed the complexion of the game because now you're down 2 scores. Your opportunities are going to be limited. At some point, Winnsboro is going to start to really start to bleed that clock a lot more, and you start doing stuff you're not used to doing if you're the Bulldogs.
You know, and Howe took the ball with 6:26 on the clock, and it's not unlikely. If you're talking about the first drive, you could possibly see a situation where they take the entire 6 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock, punch it in, tie the game, go into halftime, and it's totally different.
And get the ball back in the second half to start the second half because they kicked off.
But now you got to fight back and make it a 1-score game again, and a timeout's been called by Howe. We'll take a quick one. We'll be right back right after this.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Howe still in their timeout, still talking about it. There's 3:32. They ran a second off somehow on the kickoff, I guess. 3:32 on the clock, and Winnsboro leads 21-7. They've driven 90 miles over here. You thought maybe they had a little bus lag coming over here, and that might play a factor tonight. But it did in the first early part of the game. But the fumble really helped them out, gave them an opportunity to increase their lead. After they took a 14-7 lead, they were given a gift. First down and 10, left to right goes Howe towards the south end zone, and Haley will go under center. 2 receivers bunched together on the right side is Huff and Lopez, and Jordan Jones all alone in the backfield. And Lopez will go in motion and flags again. And this is going to be a false start against Howe. So it's going to be first down and 15, and the wheels may be coming off a little bit. You hope that's not the case, but things aren't going as smoothly as they were in the first quarter.
It may not be coming off, but they're starting to kind of shake a little bit here. It looked like there was some confusion on the line there just right before the play started.
Ball at the 25-yard line. Haley goes under center. Man in motion is Lopez again. And this will be a handoff on the inside to Carson Daniels. Can't find his way out. They're spin his way out of a tackle, and he's going to be dropped maybe for a yard loss.
Met at the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play.
Trying to find a hole there in the right guard there, and able to fill the hole there is Riker Reese, able to bring Daniels down right there at his shoestrings.
Spotted at the 25-yard line. Give Daniels no gain on the carry as Huff and Lopez come near side, split out wide to the right, same formation, and Lopez goes in motion again. And Haley is hit right up the middle as Kid Cole just blew right past the center, Jackson Atkins, and swallowed up Haley immediately. And Cole is very quick from his nose guard position, and he jumped it really quickly, and Haley is brought down inside the 20-yard line at the 19.
Yeah, Haley was trying to do a play action, and as soon as he faked his handoff, he had Cole right there in his uniform, in his jersey. Again, there's not a lot of beef on that defensive line, but they're just so fast, they're so quick.
So here come the Bulldogs on a 3rd down and 20. And Haley wants to throw. Has a lot of time, throws a deep ball down the middle and just overshoots Ryan Huff just by a step. If he had hit Huff in stride, that one would have gone for a long while.
A good job.
He just missed him.
And it was a good job there by Meneses and Jackson Atkins, who basically double-teamed Kid Cole there that time to give Haley just a little bit more time, and you said just a little bit, overthrew him just by a couple of steps.
Oh, it was
maybe one step.
One step just outside of his fingertips. And that whistles will blow. Howe's in punt formation with Cooper Jones standing familiarly inside his 10-yard line with his heels touching the 6-yard line to punt this one away. And watch out. You might just want to punch this one out of bounds somewhere because Allen is so dangerous standing at midfield. 1,600 yards rushing a year ago, and he can scoot. He's standing at the 49-yard line in Winnsboro territory, just shy of midfield, ready to bring this one home.
And there's some kind of conference right now. It came by and said something to Coach Jay, but there wasn't a flag.
Lopez is split out wide in punt formation on the near side, and Caleb Warman on the other side. Actually, that is Jordan Jones that split out near side. So you got some speed on the edge, and now the officials are going to let him punt it. Again, Jones standing, now he moves up to the 7-yard line, in between the 7 and the 8. The snap is low. He digs it out. He gets it away quickly. It's a wobbly, low kick, going to bounce at the 47. Allen has it and a lot of room. He breaks the tackle of Jordan Jones, has the right hash, and finally brought down by Warman. And also there was Braden Wise to make the tackle, and a flag is down at about the 10-yard line. This one could be roughing the kicker, perhaps.
Jones, it looked like he may have got hit, though. He probably needed to act out a little bit more when he got hit so he could sell the penalty, but it looks like it's going to be declined.
It was just running into
the kicker.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shucks. So Winnsboro will have the ball inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. And
a minute 44.
Minute 44 on the clock. All right.
It's almost perfect here for the Red Raiders to just bleed this as much as they can. And
Howe needs a stop right here.
They really do.
A big stop before the half is desperately needed. First down and 10. Right to left goes Winnsboro, and now they back up in the shotgun formation, and Stout is back in the game. He's going to roll right, looking down the field, throws it down the field, and one hops his receiver, and it falls incomplete, and that does stop the clock at a minute 35.
Yeah, but for the first time tonight, we saw them go into shotgun. They've been mostly under center, and that wing T type formation. By that time, they split three out wide and let him go out to let Stout go out to the right side, and just overshot the receiver.
It'll be second down and 10 with Brown split out wide to the near side, Rance Brown. And Runnels will come near side to him in the slot. And in the backfield is Kid Cole, who will stand next to Stout, who's in shotgun formation. Two receivers flanked out to the right side. And as Stout throws a screen pass out to Brown, who breaks one tackle, breaks two more tackles, chased down, and finally stepped out of bounds after a nice gain at about the 22-yard line, but give Brown a lot of credit as he should have been tackled immediately, but broke three tackles along the near sideline.
Oh, man, Warman had him there at his legs, just couldn't finish off the tackle. He bounced off a couple of other Bulldogs and should have been only been a 1 yard, maybe no yard gain on that.
So the ball will rest at the 23-yard line, a gain of 15 on a gain which should have been about maybe 3 at the most. And look at that orange moon above the trees across the way on the west side. Man, it looks like Halloween, doesn't it?
It does. Eerie.
So it'll be first and 10 for Winnsboro, moving right to left.
I tell you what, keep an eye on Runnels. Runnels can scoot too.
Yeah, I was listening to one of the broadcasts against early in the against Hooks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you about that later on. And here's a swing pass out the right side. That's going to be caught by Heddick, and he's brought down after about a 5-yard gain. He is shifty, low to the ground, and picks up a very quick 4 or 5 yards and tackled nicely on the edge by Bryce Crosby and company.
Good job there by Crosby, and I think maybe I wonder if Hayes was in on that tackle there to be able to wrap him up, keep the runner for the catch minimal.
They'll spot it at the 20, so give him 3 on the pass and catch. 2 receivers to either side. And this is Stout wants to throw. Screen pass again. Caught once again. Heddick once again. Near the first down marker. He might have it as he was slung forward. Yeah. And I think, let's see where they spot him. I think they're going to spot him just a little bit shy. And whistles. Maybe they're just trying to see where they're going to spot. I thought we might have a flag there with all the whistles, but they're going to spot it at the 15, which is not enough for a first down.
I don't know if he got out of bounds. It looked like he may have got out of bounds to stop the clock.
39 seconds on the clock. We're just about ready for the Legend Bank halftime show. We have an interview there. Caroline Slauson interviewed a new assistant principal and from the middle school. And we also have an interview with our senior athlete of the week, Gracie Langford. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Winnsboro right here. And this is going to be a handoff to Cole up the middle, surges forward enough for a first down. And we'll see what they elect to do. Are they out of timeouts? Because there's 38 on the clock, but they're going to stop it immediately for a moment to move the chains, but it's up and running again. 33 on the clock, 32. And this is going to be Stout coming near side, throwing. And it goes in and out of the hands of Brown. That would have been at least to the 6-yard line where he caught it, and we've seen him break tackles tonight, and that very well could have seen him throw off a couple of others into the end zone, but instead it's an incomplete pass, and they'll spot the ball right back down where it was at the 12-yard line.
I tell you what, Brown's got to make that catch because I think he would have walked. He would be able to get in the end zone for that one. So let's hope that's that helps the Bulldogs here later on. 2nd down and 10, right to left towards that north end zone. Stout pumps, now a flag and a false start against Winnsboro, and that's big for Howe. Howe's going to get the football to start the second half, which is huge, but they've got to have a stop right here to make it feel real good going into half. And you never feel real good being down 21-7, but it would feel a lot better than 28-7. Well, we talked about in the pregame is being able to hang around, to be able to just kind of feel like you've given yourself a chance, and being down 2 touchdowns and feeling like your offense kind of got something going there for a little bit. Could maybe give them some confidence here going in the locker room.
Ball at the 17-yard line. It's 2nd down and 15 for Winnsboro. 3 receivers left side, and Stout's going to throw it right side, and it's almost picked off in the end zone. Jones made a great play, Jordan Jones, in the front corner of the end zone, and the ball went up, and I thought Matt Hayes was going to be able to bring it down to the backside of the end zone, but it falls incomplete.
Well, Jordan Jones was right there with, I believe that was Allen. He was right there foot for foot, step by step right there with Allen, able to knock that away.
There's a Winnsboro Red Raider down.
It's Stout. Luke Jackson had a big hit as he released the ball on that play.
Ouch. Let's check down with Caroline Slauson. What is it like down there? What are you feeling down there?
It's just kind of like we talked about earlier. I think a lot of us came into this game really not expecting this, but even though the scoreboard says 21-7 and we're on the losing side, it's really a lot different down here, a lot more energy and pretty fun.
Okay, well, 3rd down and 15. And it's been more fun than others, I tell you that.
Yeah, it is. Looks like Finney's in the game, quarterback now.
Yeah, Stout had to check out. So Finney into the game. Ball at the 17. Finney wants to throw across the middle, and it's going to be batted away by Bryce Crosby. A nice play there by the linebacker to swat that one away, and it's 4th down. And there's 8 seconds remaining on the clock before the half, and Winnsboro has called a timeout. We'll take 1-2. We'll be right back right after this 30-second timeout.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Oh, Doctor, you need a stop right here, don't you?
Well, you can just imagine what that would do for the
just one
Bulldogs
play.
Here.
You need one play right here and one stop right here to feel good about yourself. And really the game really hinges on that one turnover, which changed the game. It gave Winnsboro the extra score.
The Howe defense needs to watch for that screen they ran earlier here.
It's 4th down and 15, but there's only 8 seconds on the clock. So Winnsboro needs to score right here. This is going to be Finney in the game at quarterback, drops back 3 steps, looks in the end zone, going to throw it down left side. It's going to be caught by Brown. He looks in the end zone, steps over the defender for the touchdown. That's Warman in the front side of the corner of the end zone, and Brown beats him to the front. And Winnsboro scores with 8 seconds remaining before the half, leaving no time on the clock and extending their lead 27-7 after this Marquez PAT, which is up and it is high and it is true. What a deflating way to head to the locker room when you had such an opportunity.
And Warman was right there. He just couldn't make the tackle, and man, that one's going to sting right there. Remember that here at the end. Whatever happens with this game, remember that play there at the end.
You know, Coach Josh Finney is a great coach. He has lots of skins on the wall, and you see, you know, that's how it happens right there. And he's just he doesn't have 90 wins for no reason. I mean, he's a mastermind at things like that. When it comes down to one play and you need to score, well, hey, that's what happened.
You know, and it's going to be interesting coming out here for the Bulldogs. They get the ball here in the second half, so this is going to be an important possession when they come out of the locker room. That first one they get, let's see if they can establish their offense. If they get a score and they're kind of back in this game, they've got life to them. But if they're not able to score maybe on that first possession, or if they let up another score, it's not going to look good for them.
Well, we're going to take a quick timeout. Welcome to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. We have some interviews coming up for you. Gracie Langford, our Student Athlete of the Week, and our HMS Assistant Principal. We're going to take a timeout, and we will let you listen to all of that right now. We'll see you on the backside. Justin, Bucksnort Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Bucksnort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Bucksnort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
This is Coach Davey Dubose, former Bulldogs head coach and athletic director. Jody and I still love the dogs and ask that you show your support by joining the Howe Athletic Booster Club. Their mission is the same as it was in the 90s. They support all Howe athletics, girls and boys, middle school and high school. Good luck to all the Howe teams in the coming school year.
This is Coach Jay. It's only $25 to become a member. From the alumni to the current fans and parents, we ask you to back the dogs and become a member today. Visit Howe Athletic Booster Club on Facebook. Bulldog pride never dies.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir.
Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa, those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. Now let's join Monty Walker with the Senior Student Athlete of the Week.
This week, our Senior Athlete of the Week is Gracie Langford. COVID has rearranged, I'm sure, what you thought your senior year might look like. What all has it changed?
Well, definitely has changed a lot. As far as sports go, it's really not changed that much as far as, you know, our parents still get to come watch and we still get to be supported by family members and friends. However, you know, we started out the volleyball season and they had told us, like, you know, our first scrimmage, we couldn't have parents or fans, which that was kind of difficult. And, you know, you couldn't have a homecoming dance, but everything else has been pretty much the same.
Cheerleading, you've done that since birth. Tell us what goes into cheerleading at the varsity level.
It's definitely a step up. You know, it's definitely something that you really get to cherish in a moment that is a lot in high school. It's a lot of practice, a lot of hard work and dedication. However, I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
So I went kindergarten through graduation with Mrs. Kirby. She's very mean. Is she mean to y'all?
No, she's definitely a hard coach. she expects a lot out of us, but she wants us to be good people and not just good cheerleaders, but good citizens in the community, and she teaches us how to give back. So I think that's something that's really admirable about her. But no, she's like family, so I think she teaches us, to be respectful, and we're all like her daughters, so.
I'll scale it back on the meanness. I guess she's not that mean. Okay. Cheerleading on Friday nights can be somewhat tough for a team that's been struggling. How do you keep the spirits high?
It's tough. We hate it for the football guys, but we just try to stay as positive as we can, and we build them up, and, we tell them they'll get them next week, and it's difficult, but it's definitely possible.
Volleyball, new coach. What kind of coach is Coach Lopez?
So she came in and she wants to make changes, and she's definitely wants us to get better, and she works us hard. We have a tough district, and so that doesn't really make it any easier. However, she wants the best for us, and, it starts not just with us, but with the underclassmen, and so she really pushes us to be the best we can be, and she's really made some changes. We work hard in the weight room, we work hard after school, we do drills, we watch film. It's been really nice. So I like her a lot, and she wants the best for us.
And you guys are really close. You're in every game, but just can't seem to get over the hump. How do you get over the hump?
That goes back to being like in a really tough district. Last year the only team we beat was Whitewright, and then they beat us this year. So that's something that, should make us like really want to come back this second round and do really good, because it's hard, especially knowing, we lost 5 or 6 seniors last year, and so that's something really hard to overcome. But it's definitely doable and possible. We just have to, work harder in the weight room and work harder during the drills, and, just want to be better. And
so explain your volleyball position to some of us who aren't volleyball experts, so to speak.
Well, I'm the libero for the varsity team, and so basically my job is just the back row. Like, I take care of any passes and, try and get as many hard hits up as I can, and so I really have to be fast on my feet, and I also try and build others up. Like Coach Lanza and Coach Yee have really told me that I need to step up and be a positive influence out there, especially to, the younger and the underclassmen. And so that's part of my responsibility as well, is to be a leader out there.
Homecoming nominee this year, how much fun was that?
Oh, it was a blast. I really just, with all my friends, we've gone to school together since kindergarten, and so it was a lot of fun, especially like soaking in all the memories throughout the week. We had the dance and the game and the pep rally, and so I think that was a lot of fun, and it was really nice that, we could still have a pep rally even with all the COVID stuff, and, the football game was fun, and then homecoming was a blast as well.
Do you have a favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is probably Miss Ciani this year. She's our English teacher, my college English teacher. And I've learned a lot just in the, last couple weeks that we've had her. I imagine this college class to be really hard, and it's honestly not. She explains stuff really well, and she also is like a really influential person.
What else are you involved with at Howe High School?
Well, I'm really active in our FFA program. That's a big part of me. I have been since I was in 3rd grade. I did junior FFA up until high school. I'm also on the softball team, and like you mentioned earlier, the cheerleading team. I'm a student council member, an NHS officer. I currently serve as a historian, and I play volleyball.
Plans for college?
I plan to attend Texas Tech University to major in nursing. I hope to become a nurse practitioner.
That is Gracie Langford, one of Howe's finest athletes. The Athlete of the Week is brought to you by attorney Kimberly Killebrew. If you have legal needs regarding custody, child support, or divorce, call attorney Kimberly Killebrew at 214-432-1595.
Today's Senior Student Athlete of the Week is brought to you by family attorney Kimberly Killebrew. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show. Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. Now let's join Caroline Slauson with today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight.
Hey guys, welcome back. It is Caroline, and we are here with our Howe ISD Spotlight of the Week, Mr. Brent Brecken. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So you are the middle school assistant principal. You also are a coach. You do football, basketball. What else are you going to be doing this year?
Track.
Okay, great. So for those who have not, you are new here in Howe, and for those who have not got the pleasure of meeting you, why don't you give a little intro?
My name is Brent Brecken. I'm assistant principal. This is my first year to be in administration. Previously, I've been coaching and teaching for the past 10 years. Last 2 years, I've been over at Maybank as assistant girls basketball coach, and I did softball and track over there. Previous to that, I was up in Oklahoma for 6 years, and I was the head girls soccer coach as well as a head boys soccer coach at Hilldale.
And you taught before, because you told me that you actually taught like fashion something, right?
Yes, my first year at Hilldale, for one semester I taught fashion design. So that was very interesting to teach fashion design. And of course I had football players in there, so that was a very interesting thing to teach, was fashion design with football players.
That is amazing. I wish we had that here in Howe. We should probably work on that. Okay, so this year, this is your first admin job. I'm sure we mentioned that, but it's your first admin job. You're at a new school. People may or may not know that pretty quickly our principal had to leave in quarantine, so you were kind of thrown into head honcho kind of quickly. So with that and obviously everything else going on, how is your first year in admin?
It's going really good. I really enjoyed it. The first couple weeks, of course, was a little stressful for me with principal being out and having to take over those reins and not having any experience as far as running a school, for one, as well as a new school, for two. So anyway, it was a great support system that Mr. Wilson has here, so that really helped me out, and I guess lowered my stress level a little bit, even though it was pretty high, but it helped with having a good group of people here at the middle school.
Yeah, we all got to know each other pretty quick, so that was fun. Okay, so in 10 years, when you look back on your first year in admin, what do you want people to remember?
I guess just the relationships that I built. I guess that's one thing that I take pride in, is my relationship building with people, and just coming in here and setting a good, I don't know if tone is the right word, but getting everything going and falling into line with the culture that is set up here. Mr. Wilson has got a great school and the staff it's just, for me, it was more fitting in than anything, with this being my first year, is fitting in and seeing how I fit in with the group of people, with administration as well as with the teachers that he already has in place. So that's been the biggest deal for me.
Well, we think you fit in pretty well here, so
we're
glad to have you. Okay, so enough of that. So let's do some fun stuff. This is rapid fire. Just answer whatever first comes to your mind. It's not stressful. I think you're strict. He's like closing his eyes. Okay, would you rather live in a place where it's always hot, or would you rather live in a place where it's always cold?
Hot.
Okay. Would you rather control space or time?
Time.
Okay. Because I kind of answer these in my head, too, when I ask y'all. Okay, would you rather run incredibly fast or jump incredibly high?
Run fast. I like to run.
Do you?
Yes.
Oof.
I was running, last year I was running, May 1st I ran basically a 10K around the neighborhood.
That's gross, but good. No, I mean, I can't do it.
I like to run. I just, with football and administration, I just don't have enough hours. But
yeah,
on the
you
weekends,
really don't.
Every Sunday I try to run and work out.
Whew. Me too, but you know.
Yeah, your form of working out is chasing after the kiddo.
Whatever. Oh, no, actually that is true. Okay, would you rather know everything or be amazing at any activity you tried?
Ooh, probably have to be amazing, because, you know, a couple of my kids think they know it all, and that just irritates Dad.
So just right quick, how many kids do you have?
I have 4 kids. My oldest will be 24 in December, my oldest son, and then my other son, he'll be 23 in February, and my oldest daughter just turned 21, and my youngest daughter just turned 20. So I have 3 of them. The boys and my oldest daughter live in Oklahoma, and the boys work together doing National Steel Erectors. It's a communication tower place that they build communication towers, and both of them actually just got back from Iceland in the last 2 weeks. They were been in Iceland since July, and so the youngest one, she still lives with us and goes to college, and she's getting ready to apply for nursing school. So
good for her. That's awesome. Okay, last question. You're a big basketball fan. Lakers or the Heat?
Got to go with Lakers. I'm still partial but it's hard because of the fact that I'm a Lakers fan from Magic and Kareem, and their coach was Riles, and now Riles is with the Heat. So that's sort of a little tough. But I've always been a Lakers fan, but Riles, I've always loved him as a coach and as ownership. So
you like LeBron?
Yeah, I like LeBron.
I know people are just, you either love him or you hate him, but
I know. I agree. So, but yeah, Lakers.
Lakers. All right. Well, I appreciate your time, and have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
Today's Howe ISD Employee Spotlight is brought to you by Wildcat Welding. You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
You're listening to the Legend Bank Halftime Show.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. 28-7. Winnsboro on top of Howe. And don't you have something to do, Coach Brecken? In here, acting a fool. Looking at some scores around the area. Some big games going on tonight. Van Alstyne on the road at Bullard. 20-17. The Panthers are losing right now. Third quarter, 9 minutes, 33 seconds left. Pottsboro in Rains tonight. 24-35. Pottsboro winning on the road with just a minute 30 left in the first half. S&S in Lone Oak tonight. S&S winning big on the road right now in the 35-6. 6 minutes left in the second quarter on that one. Bells in Gunner tonight, 27-0 at the half. Gunner on top of Bells in that one. Whitewright playing Blue Ridge tonight. Whitewright winning on the road at half, 27-0, winning pretty big. Trenton and Tom Bean tonight, 16-6. Closing in on halftime at that one. Trenton on top of Tom Bean. Denison playing Texas High School on the road tonight. I was going to say in Texas, but I mean, 10-0 at half. Texas, the Tigers beating Yellow Jackets in that one. Mount Pleasant and Sherman tonight, 17-7 at the half. Mount Pleasant beating the Bearcats. As of now, Anna is playing Paris tonight in Paris. Unfortunately, I just don't have a score at that one, but maybe we'll have one later on. We can update you on that. Bonham and Mineola tonight, 41-7. The Yellow Jackets beating the Warriors at halftime. Mount Vernon and Commerce. 31-13 at the half. Mount Vernon winning on the road and Commerce in that one. Blake, you got some stats for us?
I do, as we will start with Winnsboro as they are winning at the half 28-7. Tristan Stout is their quarterback, and he has 50 yards on 9 passing attempts, completions of 5. Rance Brown, 2 completions, 26 yards and a touchdown. His touchdown did come from the backup quarterback, Kyle Finney. Jed Carroll, 1 catch, 12 yards. Coulter Hendricks, 2 catches for 9. Dominique Allen, 1 catch for 1. Angel Hernandez, 1 catch for 17. On the ground for the Winnsboro, they are led by Angel Hernandez, who has 6 carries for a touchdown and 24 yards. Dominique Allen has 6 carries as well for 67 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Cole Trickett has 6 carries for 38 yards. On defense, the Bulldogs are led by Austin Haley with 3 tackles, Jordan Jones 6 tackles, Colby Taylor 6 tackles, Joey Heimel 5 tackles, Luke Jackson 4 tackles, Bryce Crosby 3 tackles, and a big-time pass breakup for the Bulldogs tonight. On offense, the Bulldogs are led by Austin Haley passing, who is 2 of 4 for 29 yards. Ethan Lopez, 1 catch, 4 yards. Jordan Jones, 1 catch, 25 yards. Ethan Lopez did have a fumble, though, on his 1 reception tonight. The Bulldogs on the ground are led by Jordan Jones for 4 carries for 8 yards. Carson Daniels, 3 carries for 4. Ethan Lopez, 1 carry for 6. Austin Haley, who does have the rushing touchdown tonight for the Bulldogs, has 4 carries for -4 yards. Jordan Jones also has 2 18-yard runs, both called back on penalty tonight so far.
Cheerleaders closing up halftime right now, 28-7 here at Bulldog Stadium. Winnsboro beating Howe at the moment. We'll come back with the third quarter in Monty right after this.
Independent Financial is proud to support Howe ISD and their hardworking students, teachers, and staff. We share your vision for a brighter tomorrow and a championship season. For every challenge, Independent Financial has you covered. Our team can suggest a wide range of financial products to make your personal banking fast and easy. Plus, we have the know-how to deliver the game-changing business banking solutions. Independent Financial, your community in your corner. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Welcome back. We're at the Legend Bank halftime show. Let's recap this one really quickly before the players come back out on the field. Winnsboro started the game with the ball first. They went 8 plays, 66 yards, and capped it off with a 2-yard touchdown by Dominique Allen. This is a handoff to the left side, and in for the touchdown is Allen. And so then on a fourth. So that was on a 4th down, and gave Winnsboro a 7-0 lead with 6:39 remaining in the first quarter. Howe took it for their first possession at their own 35-yard line and had a very nice drive of 12 plays, 65 yards, capped off by a 2-yard touchdown by Austin Haley. He's going to try to sneak it in himself. Surges forward. Is he close? Is he in? No signal yet. And it is touchdown time in Texas for the first time in the first half for the whole season. That was a 2-yard touchdown by Haley. Tied the game at 7 with 47 seconds remaining in the first. Winnsboro took the ball at their own 35-yard line, drove 10 plays, 65 yards, and capped it off by a 1-yard touchdown by Allen. Same situation. This is 2-down territory for Winnsboro. And they have the muscle to punch it forward, you would think. Stout sends a man in motion. They're going to hand off to Allen over right guard. He's in. That one's pretty easy. And they extend the lead, or they gain the lead right there, 14-7 with 6:36 remaining in the second quarter. And the game changed right here when Howe took the ball at their own 15-yard line. Quick screen pass near side. Ethan Lopez makes the catch and has about 4 yards, but the ball is on the turf, and Winnsboro has it. And this is how games change, right? And it did change right there, as Winnsboro took it at the Howe 20-yard line and only took 5 plays to score, and it was on a 3-yard run by Angel Hernandez. Right. Everybody else in tight. This is a handoff up the middle and converting easily for the score. And Howe had to punt on their next possession after that touchdown by Winnsboro that made it 21-7 with 3:33 left. But again, as I mentioned, Howe had to punt. Winnsboro took it on the final drive of the half, and they went 9 plays, 62 yards, and scored on the last play right before the half. 15, but there's only 8 seconds on the clock. So Winnsboro needs to score right here. This is going to be Finney into the game at quarterback, drops back 3 steps, looks in the end zone, going to throw it down left side. It's going to be caught by Brown. He looks in the end zone, steps over the defender for the touchdown. And that brought us to our score right now, which is 28-7. And Howe's on the field. The Tech Wave kickoff has been taken by Howe at the 30-yard line. And here's Jordan Jones on play number 1, and nothing doing there. He was busted for a loss in the backfield. So Howe's going to be second down and long at about the 28-yard line in deep in their own territory.
We talked about late in the first half was how important this possession is going to be. You're down 28-7. If you're going to mount any kind of a comeback right now, this is going to be an important possession right here to hopefully get on the scoreboard, get back on the scoreboard.
So here comes Haley and company, and he'll go under center, left to right. And he's going to hand off to Jones, who was hit from behind. I thought the ball was going to come out, and it finally did, but it was recovered by Howe as Luke Jackson fell on it. Jordan Jones was hit hard, and they'll spot the ball at the 20, so they give him maybe the 3 yards back that was lost a moment ago, and they'll spot it at the 30. But did I see a flag?
Yes, there is a flag. And I tell you, Jordan Jones and Jalen Thornton both have similar running styles. It's like 0 to 100, real quick.
Yeah, very quick is Jones, but the officials are still talking about it. During the half, Caroline down there, have you made your way down?
I think she was still working her way. Oh, there she's down there.
Guys, dead ball, personal foul. Just happened to walk in right on time as he was saying it.
Oh, perfect. Personal foul on, hopefully, not against Howe. The official is, it's coming against Howe, looks like.
Personal foul call against the Bulldogs.
That's not good.
Well,
oh, wait a minute.
He just had to go back to start.
Yeah, he had to go back to the original line and go the other way. Okay, so good. It's against Winnsboro.
The Red Raiders.
Sorry, Winnsboro fans, if you're listening. Well, we did share the broadcast out to Winnsboro fans, so they may be listening to this. But apparently now there's some more confusion as the officials are talking again. It was a personal foul against Winnsboro, but now the officials are having a timeout about this, and they're going to talk about it. It's all kinds of confusion.
Well, they started marking off for the Bulldogs, then Winnsboro was looking around like, why are you going this way? You should be going the other way. And now they're maybe second-guessing themselves and trying to figure out which way are we supposed to go.
Did Winnsboro talk them into some confusion?
Maybe. It may have. And now the officials are wondering, now what did we call?
Josh Finney is standing at about where the numbers are on the far sideline, waiting for some official to give him an explanation, and now somebody's going over there to talk to him. And now they are going to push it on up towards midfield for Howe. So this is going to be huge. That's a huge penalty all the way near midfield at the 47-yard line.
Huge penalty for the Bulldogs winning for 2 plays. They were going backwards. So catch a break, get them a first down, and get them 15 yards out of almost, as you said, almost up to midfield.
All right, Bulldog fans want to do something with this. Near midfield, 1st and 10, left to right towards the south end zone. And the Bulldogs break the huddle. Adkins comes out to the line of scrimmage. Huff is split out wide to the right, and Ethan Lopez split out wide to the left. And this is going to be a handoff up the middle. That took too long. As Jordan Jones, the play developed a little bit too slow for that one to work, and Jones was hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain right there.
And I can't tell, Monty, maybe you can break this down. If that was a handoff, if that's a read option or what, but it's very slow, and it's given time for the linebackers to really move downhill.
It just never looked fluid at all, that play right there. So it's 2nd down and 10, left to right. Cooper Jones is a slot left side, and here's a screen pass near side to Jordan Jones, who slips a defender, gets past midfield to the 48-yard line inside Winnsboro territory.
Well, that was all Jordan Jones. A quick pass out to him, and he sidestepped one player, and then they would put his foot in the ground and then cut back the other way and got upfield for a gain of about 5 when he probably should have got a loss of about 2.
Yeah, that was an outstanding move by Jones to just kind of sidestep that defender right there. Ethan Lopez checks out of the game, and it's 3rd down and about 6 for the Bulldogs, moving left to right. And Huff will go split out left side. Landon Duty out there with him on the left side of the offense. Cooper Jones comes as a tight end near side. One man in the backfield is Jordan Jones. Austin Haley rolls out left, wants to throw down the field. He's got a man. It's caught and dropped. It would have been a first down, but it was dropped. And that's going to be Landon Duty, but there's a flag down about 9 yards deep past the play, or about 5 yards deep. But Duty had it right there in his hands, right in the numbers, right where you don't want to throw it, I guess.
I mean, we talked about plays not looking fluid. That looked real fluid. He play action. He had time to throw, good protection, and just threw a bullet over there. Good pass over to Duty. Hit him right in the hands. And just dropped it, and the flag's going to be against the Bulldogs holding.
Well, it's 4th down and 6 for the Bulldogs. We'll see what they do here. Looks like they're going to punt. As even if Duty would have caught the ball, it would have been a holding penalty, which would have negated it. So it would have been a different outcome regardless. And now Jones is going to stand at his own 39-yard line to punt it away. On 4th down and 6, Howe at the Winnsboro 49-yard line. A good snap, and the kick is blocked. And Winnsboro has it at the 41-yard line. Falling on it for Winnsboro is going to be Everett Gloss.
And Creighton Kilco was the one who came and put his body up there and able to ricochet it back into the back the other direction. So special teams here has played a pivotal part of this game now.
So Winnsboro will take over at the Howe 40-yard line. Not very far to go. And there's 9:16 on the clock. Howe really desperately needed something positive to have on that drive, and it just all kind of unraveled there at the end with the Duty drop and the penalty right there and the punt. So here's a handoff to Runnels, and he breaks the tackle of Luke Jackson rolling right side. About a 9-yard gain on 1st down up to the 32.
Runnels played there in that slot slot position there and went kind of on a sweep around the right side, a little speed sweep, and used some of his speed he has there. He's tell you, him and Allen, both the quickest guys on the field here for the Red Raiders.
They'll move the ball to the 31. So it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Winnsboro. And you're starting to feel like things may get out of hand here. Here's Stout handing off, first man through, and that's our Hernandez again inside the 25 to the 24-yard line.
You're right. They're starting to get a little bit more confidence. They're starting to get, each drive, they're getting to a rhythm.
And you know, you've got some players going both ways tonight. Jaron Grisham hasn't gone both ways and all season long. He's playing left tackle on offense and nose guard on defense, and he's been out there the entire time tonight. 1st down and 10. Knocking on the door here is Winnsboro at the 25-yard line. With a fresh set of downs, there's a handoff up the middle. Kid Cole, and he has room to the 15. I think that's Cole. He's brought down by Colby Taylor.
Put a man in motion there. I believe it was Runnels in motion, and then hand off to the first man up and right behind that right guard. And they're starting to get about 5, 6, 7 yards a clip now.
That was actually Keen Glover on the carry. First carry tonight for Glover. And it'll set up a 2nd down and 4 for Winnsboro with a slot T look. Again, it's Finney in the backfield at quarterback, and this is going to be a handoff left side. I know that's Stout back in the game at quarterback. But another moving of the sticks as a first down is made, as Winnsboro's just kind of churning right now to about the 9-yard line.
You know, I didn't get a chance to hear from Blake how many different ball carriers they've had tonight for Winnsboro.
It's been several, but Angel Hernandez seems to have done a lot of the work tonight instead of Allen.
Yeah, he's been the key cog of this thing.
Ball at the 9-yard line, a fresh set of downs, 1st and goal from the 9. Stout handoff up the middle, and that is going to be close to a touchdown, and it is. Winnsboro punches it in with a handoff to Keen Glover up the middle over left tackle, and they extend the lead to 34-7, awaiting this PAT coming up. And now things are getting a little out of hand. Marquez on to do the chores for the PAT. And the kick is up. It looks good, and it is. 35-7. Winnsboro in the lead. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Your Tech Wave kickoff is in the air. It's going to be taken by Cooper Jones at the 11-yard line. Coming near side along the near hash, and he's knocked down hard. Or actually just kind of pushed out of bounds. I thought he was going to be knocked down hard, but he was able to maneuver his way off that big hit that was coming. But he steps out of bounds at about the 25-yard line is where Howe will take over and set up shop on their second drive of the second half. Needing 75 yards, there's 6:36 on the clock here in the third quarter.
Well, first possession of the third quarter was got slowed down by penalties pretty much on that drive. So you just kind of hope you play a little bit more crisper football here. You've got a big hill to climb here.
So 1st down and 10. Howe from their own 25 sends a man in motion, which is Ryan Huff. And they're going to hand off first man through Carson Daniels. He's got some room for one of the few times tonight. He'll gain about 5 yards. Couldn't get around the edge as the linebackers were very quick to get over there, but he'll pick up actually 6. But a pretty nice gain there by Carson Daniels running downhill.
Bulldogs showing a little bit of confusion, not confusion, but just kind of have a man in motion and then hand off to Daniels. And Daniels saw a little light for the first time tonight, and a good tackle there there by Allen, who had to take on the big Carson Daniels.
Second down and about 4 as Haley goes under center, sends Lopez in motion. And this will be a handoff up the middle. Cooper Jones spins out of a tackle. He has a first down, a nice spin move, and he is going to be gang tackled. It takes about 8 Winnsboro Red Raiders to wrap him up, and Jones never actually goes down. They just blow it dead, and that'll move the sticks. First down for Howe.
I kind of like seeing that look, having Cooper Jones lined up at fullback. It was kind of an offset eye. I believe Jordan Jones was in the dotted the eye of that I formation, I believe. But hand off to Jones, Cooper Jones, and able to get himself a good hard-earned first down.
That's a pretty good run for a freshman, but you'd like to see him go down at the end. That's how you get hurt at the end of those plays. When the whistles blow, there's no reason to keep going. Just get on the ground. First down at 10, left to right. Haley sends a man in motion, which is Ryan Huff, and he's going to hand off to Jones, who bounces it out. Cannot get out of the shirt-tail tackle, which will bring him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. Trying to bounce it out, and if he would have, he'd have had pretty good yardage, but he couldn't get away. It was a nice tackle on the front edge by Winnsboro.
I believe that was Rance Brown who came in from the secondary and able to, as you said, just get a shirt tail and just hang on for dear life. And Jones, who kept moving those legs, just could not seem to get out of his grasp.
There's 2 players that really stood out to me on film for Winnsboro, and Brown is one of them. What a football player, and Clicken is the other. Second down and 11, and Haley wants to throw. Drops back, middle of the screen, sets up the screen to Carson Daniels, and he's going to gain probably 6 yards as he goes close to out of bounds on the far sideline. Still shy of midfield at about the 47-yard line, 48-yard line.
Nothing much to that, just a play action, and find Daniels, just kind of a little safety valve there, and I wonder how many times they've done that, Austin Haley to Carson Daniels, all the years they've grown up.
That's, quite a bit, especially handing off. Those 2 have done that a lot.
Right.
Matter of fact, I got to coach them when they were in 6th grade, and we did a lot of that. And we threw the ball a lot with Austin Haley. Third down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Left to right, Haley goes in the gun now. Still sends a man in motion, which is Lopez. They fake the hand to him on the jet sweep, and Haley's in trouble, and he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a sack, about 3 yards or 5 yards to the 38-yard line. And you hope one of these times, Haley, he just gets hit and hit and hit, and you just hope one of these times, that doesn't come back to bite him because he takes so many of them.
Yeah, it seems like every time he gets hit, he's hit pretty violently. And that time, faked the jet sweep, and the pocket just kind of collapsed around him. He didn't have hardly any time to throw the ball. And it looks like we've got a timeout called by Bulldogs.
Howe's taking a timeout. We'll take one, too. We'll be right back in 1 minute.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dick and Broker for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 867-5309. Howe, Portland, Seattle. So the good news is that this is the 7th play of the drive. Howe's been able to sustain a drive and stay out there for about 3 minutes, burn some clock. The bad news, it's 4th down and about 12. And Cooper Jones is going to punt again. And the last time we know what happened, it was blocked. So this time Cooper Jones is going to have to hurry out of there, get that snap, and bust it on out.
And he's got to be thinking about that too.
And Allen will go back deep to, not real deep, but he'll stand at about the 38. He backpedals to the 37 on the Winnsboro side of the field. And Jones quickly gets it away. It's a high kick, not far, but high. And it takes a Winnsboro bounce back towards midfield. So, all in all, about a 15-yard punt, if that, maybe 14, of such. So Winnsboro will take over with 3:30 on the clock, just shy of midfield at their own 48-yard line after the punt by Cooper Jones. And they lead 35-7 here in the third. Moving right to left. And Stout goes in shotgun formation with Allen standing right next to him on the jet sweep out. No, that's Finney who's in at quarterback, and he's going to gain about 8 yards on the read option as he put it in the stomach of Allen and then pulled it back out, ran around the right edge across midfield to the 45-yard line in Howe territory.
We see Finney, who's the freshman in there. He said the coach's son showed some speed and some vision there to get a good 8-yard, 7-yard gain.
2nd and 2 or 3. As same formation, Finney in the gun, and he's going to roll left side, looking to pitch, and he does. Allen has a lot of room, gets a great block from Brown on the edge. He stays in bounds somehow, but they finally blow the play dead, as saying he stepped out of bounds around the 35-yard line. And we have a cramp or a knee or something. I think it's a cramp.
It's a cramp.
And that's going to be Brown, who got a great block at his wide receiver position. Rance Brown, and he's down with a cramp at the 26 or 27-yard line. And Ricky Yake, the Howe trainer, runs out to help him stretch a little bit. But again, another first down for Allen as quarterback Finney was able to roll around the left side and just pitch it out. It's a two-hand pitch.
Yeah, it looked like a chest pass.
Yeah, you don't see that. You know, back in the old days, you used to run the wishbone and stuff. You'd see the one-hand pitch from Jamel Holloway and stuff like that, and you just don't see that much anymore. You get these two-hand pitches quite a bit. And a lot of times it's a forward two-hand pitch, which actually is a pass. So in the stat book, the Mahomes of the world, they pad their stats by running little jet sweeps and barely tossing it forward to the running back or the wide receiver coming across. And instead of being a handoff, good for 12 yards, it's actually a pass for 12 yards.
Throw it 2 feet in front of him to the man through.
Maybe a foot pass, but it's technically a pass. So Brown is able to make his way off the field. He's going to be fine. Stretched out the cramp, and now it's 1st and 10 for Winnsboro, right to left again towards the concession stand, that north end zone. And Finney wants to throw. An out route that's incomplete. He was trying to find Heddick out there, and it falls incomplete. Just threw it on the far shoulder, and he couldn't get back to it. Jordan Jones was in coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Last few plays here, the Red Raiders have been in shotgun formation. They gone away from their wing T formation.
So same situation, and now a screen pass out to Runnels, who makes a move on Heimel that would have made Elvis blush. And Runnels is on for another chain puller and a first down for Winnsboro at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a quick screen pass over to the left side, a bubble screen. He had blockers ahead of him and speed to help him.
Finney wants to throw, quick pass, left side, incomplete. He was trying to hit his receiver on the inside route, but that time Heimel was there to play pretty good coverage, and I think the intended receiver was Runnels again.
They've done that a few times where they'll throw kind of a slant, and the Bulldogs have done it before. They've knocked the ball down, or they've got a arm or a paw up there to knock it down, but Winnsboro's not afraid to throw it there in the middle of traffic.
You know, it appears you get the sense right now they're just working on things. Up 35-7, they're working on some different looks. And here's Finney around the right edge. He decides to tuck it and keep it, and he'll gain 2 or 3 or 4, which will set up a 3rd down and 6 for Winnsboro. Knocking on the door here. They're at about the 13. No, that's about the 17-yard line, it appears. So, again, Finney in the gun. 2 receivers, right, 1 down here at the bottom. And Finney rolls out right, wants to throw right at the marker. He throws it short, and I'm not sure if the receiver made the catch. It appears that he did, but a yard shy of the marker. And I can't see over there who that was. It's too far.
You know, you said, too, they may be working on some things. It does probably sound right. I don't know if Stout's hurt or if they've just got Finney in there just to get some extra reps. But I guess giving them a chance to work on their spread formation.
Was
Allen
Arrington on the catch?
Arrington, okay. And he is now in as a slot receiver, as one of the 3 bunched together on the far side. Finney barks for it, hands off. Allen being chased around the right edge, has plenty of room now, makes a cut inside, spun around at the 2-yard line, still fighting and surging, but a lot of black jerseys there to bring him down shy of the goal line, and now a late flag, 2 late flags. And we'll see what this one is. There was probably some language down there at about the 2-yard line, and Bulldog fans are going to hope it's not against the black jerseys.
Yeah, there was a little pushing and shoving going on there, a little extracurricular after the play.
Caroline Slauson, we haven't talked to you in a little bit. What you got going down there? Oh, Caroline. Okay. Is her mic turned on?
Yeah, are we on?
Okay, well.
Now, we did that last week, and we were mistaken with Carson.
That's true. We had his mic turned off. Yeah, sorry about that, Carson. Just now getting around to apologizing to you face to face. So here we are with a personal foul.
Bulldog.
Against Howe?
Sorry, guys. I didn't have my mic on. I'm sorry. I thought it was on. I'm sorry. That was my fault.
So offsetting penalties, double personal fouls there. Caroline, how are you?
We're doing pretty good down here. Doing pretty good. Hopefully we can hold off on this touchdown.
Yeah, it doesn't look promising. It's first and goal for Winnsboro right at about the 1-yard line. And this is going to be Finney slinging it in the end zone. It's incomplete as he threw a Nolan Ryan fastball at about 5 yards deep on the right side of the end zone.
Yeah, he wasn't very far away from the receiver there, and that receiver able to put one right hand up to slow it down.
You know, it's one of those where if you're a catcher and a pitcher, and the catcher goes about halfway out to the pitcher and just fires it back at him as hard as he can. So Finney in the gun, and Allen will stand to his right. 2 receivers either side. Barking for it. He gets it. He rolls out right. Looking for the end zone. Thrown, and it is popped up, incomplete, and now caught for a touchdown. The ball was in the air for a moment, but it was brought down.
What I say earlier, they throw the ball in traffic, and they've had a couple of balls knocked down, but you must be living right now.
And I think that was Arrington again. And it was Arrington on the reception and the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown from Finney to Arrington. And now Marquez on for the PAT. And it's on the tee. The kick is up. The kick is high. And the kick is good. And Winnsboro extends their lead 42-7 over Howe here. We're getting close to the fourth quarter. It's 1:34 left to go until then. We'll be right back right after this.
Since 2011, Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory has walked with hundreds of families through the most overwhelming time of their lives. Their job is simple: to make this season a little easier. What you can expect is a no-pressure, people-first philosophy, custom services for memorials that you'll remember forever, and reasonable pricing. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins have built a reputation over the past 30 years in the funeral business for making every family feel at home. Visit ScogginsFuneralHome.com or call 903-482-5225.
Are you motivated?
Coach, we're highly motivated for Sonic.
What?
Coach, you know we're rough and tough, but sometimes we just need a burger, tots, and a shake.
Oh, my goodness. Well, if you're going to Sonic and Howe, pick me up some of those handmade onion rings.
Yes, sir. Sonic of Howe is where you get great food and big smiles.
It's not just good.
It's Sonic good.
Whoa. Those onion rings really bring the hammer down.
We're going to check down with Caroline Slauson here in a moment. We've had an ejection in the game. There was a personal foul on the touchdown or the extra point, perhaps, and I'm not sure what happened. But we do have an ejection.
Coach Jay's getting an explanation right now.
It doesn't appear that it's going to be against Winnsboro. It appears like a Howe player is going to get ejected. I'm not sure there are UIL rules. Do they have to miss a game next week?
Maybe the first half.
I know who knows the answer to that. Is it? I knew Blake would know the answer to that.
Yeah, you have to miss the first half if you're ejected in the second half.
All right, well, we'll see who exits the field.
Did Caroline get any kind of
We haven't heard from Caroline whether.
Yeah, guys, unsportsmanlike conduct on number 64. Us is dealing with when they're kicking field goals. So guys just told me he's breaking the rules.
On the extra point, so Jackson Adkins got the. Is Jackson Adkins ejected?
64. Jackson's still sitting here. So.
Man, that's not like Jackson Adkins. That is
wow.
A great young man. That surprises me if that's the case. Here is the Tech Wave kickoff, going to be kicked through the end zone. Let's give you your hit exterior scoring drive recap for Winnsboro. It was 8 plays and 52 yards.
Yeah, guys, it was Jackson Adkins.
And it took 1:56 off the clock. And it was a 1-yard touchdown from Finney to Arrington to cap it off. And, gosh, that is just not indicative of Jackson Adkins. It's just not – I can't tell you. You know, if you asked me there's one player that would be ejected in this game, the last person I would literally pick would be Jackson Adkins.
Wow.
I agree with you, Monty.
So here's a new center into the game, and here's Carson Daniels bouncing it out, and he's got – maybe 5 yards on first down, which started at the 25-yard line.
About 5 on the play. Second down.
And what was it that Jackson did?
I don't understand what he did, and we'll get an explanation perhaps after the game from Coach Jay. Or maybe Caroline can find out, kind of.
I mean, obviously,
it's
unsportsmanlike conduct penalty because they enforced it on the kickoff, but. Okay, that's just interesting.
So 2nd down and 5, and I think a bad exchange because Jackson Adkins is your center. So a new center into the game. We'll have to check and see who that is. Seth Key is the backup center listed, and there's an injured Bulldog down, but he apparently is going to get back up, and that is Meneses. But no gain on the play after the fumbled exchange, and ball will still rest at the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. So let's check and see who's in the game on the offensive line. I see Brantley Flynn at right tackle, but I think it's going to be Seth Key at center. I think that's right. And Luke Jackson at right guard, I believe. And this is Haley handing it off to Daniels, and nothing doing there. They met him at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 5. So Howe not making much of a way here on that drive. And now we are headed to the 4th quarter.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd, and Winnsboro's up 42-7. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Cooler heads prevail in football, and for over 50 years, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been keeping the Bulldogs cooled off. Not too many have reached 50 years in Howe, but Baker Air Conditioning and Heating have been at 215 North Denny Street since Richard Nixon was president. But there's nothing tricky about Baker Air Conditioning and Heating. They have a great reputation by servicing all brands. If the heat gets to you, call them at 903-532-6255.
Corfit Gym on Haining Street in Howe has a lot of new things to offer. Did you know they have an Iron Mike batting cage for baseball and softball lessons with on-site instructors? They also have a brand new stand-up tanning bed. Corfit Gym has 4 personal trainers available and features sports performance programs for athletes. At Corfit Gym, memberships are only $40 for the entire family or $30 per individual. Corfit Gym is on Facebook and located at 300 Haining Street in Howe. Call them at 469-371-0603.
We are now in the 4th quarter, and Winnsboro leads 42-7. And Howe on 4th down is going to go for it at their own 30-yard line. Why not? Haley under center is going to toss right side to Jordan Jones, who turns on the afterburners, but he's going to be a yard shy of the first down. A 4-yard gain and a nice thought, but it's going to turn the ball over on down to Winnsboro, who has great position to get to number 49 on the night.
Well, like you said, I mean, you're deep in your own territory. You're down 42-7. It's 4th and, 5, 8, whatever it was, less than 10. So, but unfortunately, got caught a yard short there.
So 11:50 left to go in the game. We thank y'all for listening. Thank you from all of the listeners in Winnsboro. We appreciate you. We know this is a Howe broadcast, and I know they have their own broadcast over there as well, and they do a great job. We listened to one of them against
Yeah.
Hooks a few weeks back, and they do a nice job over there. They had a video set up.
Oh, yeah, they got big time.
Very nice. They really love their ribbon at the bottom. Here is a handoff on the left side, and a lot of room right there. Scampering all the way for the touchdown for Winnsboro is going to be Klicka. And that takes it to 48.
That's their biggest run of the night, or one of their biggest runs tonight. And Winnsboro is doing what Winnsboro does.
They wear you down, don't they?
They really do, and it's starting to show here in the fourth quarter.
So Klicka on a 34-yard touchdown run takes the score to 48-7. And there's 11:38 on the clock, and the PAT is good. So 49-7. 11:38 to go. We'll be right back right after this.
Who, why, and how? Who are we? We're Pradera Mobile Home Community. Why live in Pradera? Because of Howe. Howe, Texas, that is. Howe is a small community with an outstanding school district and close proximity to all amenities you need. Pradera Mobile Home Community is tucked away between Highway 75 and Highway 5 near Bulldog Stadium. Our residents love that our community is so clean. They also love their 2 parks and their swimming pool. Pradera Mobile Home Community, 903-532-0014.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. 49-7, our score at Bulldog Stadium. The bus ride's going to be a long way back for Winnsboro, but at least it's going to be a happy one for them, over 90 miles. And here's Marquez kick, and the Tech Wave kickoff is going to be taken by Cooper Jones at the 15-yard line, and a pitch back to Jordan Jones in the middle of the field, and he's going to be brought down shy of the 30 at about the 29-yard line.
Bulldogs pulling out a little tricks there on special teams.
Trickery right there.
Right? Why not?
So Howe's going to have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line to start their last drive, or one of their last drives. Start the next drive.
How about 11-minute, 31-second drive here to end the game?
Boy, wouldn't that be something?
Right.
You're going to have to do it without your center, Jackson Atkins, as he is no longer in the game. Seth Key is your center. And everybody's going to be bunched together as Haley goes under center in I formation with Daniels and Jordan Jones dotting the I. Looking for a block from Daniels, and he gets in the way enough for Jordan to slip past him. And he's going to scoot his way for about 5 yards, maybe 6 yards, up to the 35-yard line.
Good blocking there on the outside by Daniels, just enough, and Jones able to cut back there.
We read it nicely. We read it really nicely.
And Jones able to cut back there, find a lane, and get a few yards upfield, using a little bit of his speed and athleticism. We haven't seen a lot of that since about the first quarter, maybe second quarter.
Boy, that tomahawk chop is right in our ear, isn't it?
It really is.
2nd down and about 3 after the big run by Jordan Jones. And this is a handoff to Cooper Jones. Spins out of a tackle and then hit hard. Maybe a yard. I think he does get a yard at about the 37-yard line.
Looks like maybe he tried to, I don't know if he meant to go to the pitch, or maybe he's just faking the pitch and then hand off right there up to Cooper.
And that's play call. Execution was good, but the linebacker made a great play. So it's 3rd down and 2. And Carson Daniels checks back into the game, and Ethan Lopez checks out of the game. Haley goes under center, needing 2 yards, and Haley's going to try to get it himself in a sneak, and he does, past the 40. He'll have the 41. A nice play. You know, hey, the Haley sneak has worked several times tonight. One was the score that pushed him across.
Yeah, got him a touchdown and get him a 1st down here. He just said, I'm going to take this myself and get us a new set of downs to keep this drive going.
And we talk about Haley as being, you know, I don't want people to think that he's fragile or anything. He's obviously not. He's a tough kid. He runs hard. He makes a ton of tackles on defense. It's going to be 1st and 10 here as a bad snap exchanged. Again, a new center in, and Haley has to just fall on it.
I think Caroline's got some more information about Jackson Atkins. We want to go down to her.
Let's check down with Caroline.
Yeah, guys, the only thing I can get about Jackson is the personal foul. I was actually talking to his dad, who sits in that end zone. He said that on the kick, or on the extra point kick, he got knocked down, just went back up, and then they blew the whistle after the play. Several people in the stands are texting me to find out who it was who actually got ejected. When I tell them it's Jackson Atkins, they are
Nobody can
surprised.
believe it.
Yeah,
Nobody
baffled
can
is what
believe it.
people are telling me.
You know, it's always the second man, and I don't know what happened, and I just have a hard time believing Jackson Atkins did anything of such. Here's Haley wanting to roll out deep, throws the deep ball down to Ryan Huff and overshoots him by a couple of steps. And it's unlike, there's a flag down in the backfield. It's unlike Haley and Huff to not connect, because you talked about Carson Daniels and Haley. Huff and Haley have connected ever since they were in 5th or 6th grade, constantly throwing the ball to each other and running routes, you know, and things like that. So the penalty is going to be against Howe. It's a holding call. But you're really surprised that the connection hasn't been there from Haley to Huff tonight, or I am anyway.
Really, I haven't seen that. Imagine they've probably run a couple of post patterns once or twice, as you said earlier.
Oh, a lot.
You know, and I wonder with the Jackson Atkins thing, I can't remember who it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago, about somebody got ejected, and they reviewed the Coach Jay and the staff reviewed during the after the game and found out it was not the player who was alleged, and they ended up not having to serve the suspension. I can't remember who that was.
That could happen, and
so
you can always appeal to the UIL if it's something that is legitimate, and sure, you can do that. And in this case, it's just so uncharacteristic of an individual that I mean, I'm not sure the kid has said one hard word to anybody.
Yeah, so I would imagine Coach Jay will look at that and definitely appeal that if he's not the culprit.
And I'm telling you, if you were to build a team, Jackson Atkins is the first kid you start with.
Right.
He's the building block. So I just have a hard time with it, and we'll see what happens out of it. Caroline, we're in the middle of a break. They called a timeout. How are things down there? We got the band in the stands, right?
Yeah, bands are in the stands, but hey, guys, things are a little tense over here. I know the referee came over just a minute ago during that timeout to have some coaches on our side maybe simmer down a little bit.
I'd be a little upset, too, if they threw out Jackson Atkins.
Really, no kidding.
So a man in motion is Lopez, and they're going to fake the jet sweep to him, and Haley wants to hammer it down deep for Huff, and he goes up for it and can't come down with it. A nice play on the edge by Heddick, who was stride for stride with Huff. Heddick is not as tall as Huff, but has a pretty good vertical out there, and Huff wasn't able to time it just well.
That was a good throw, high arching throw there by Haley.
He hammered it down, didn't he?
He did, and a good coverage there by, you say, Heddick right there in coverage.
Yes, sir. And now Jones back in to punt this one again. He'll stand at his own 19-yard line. And a different returner this time as Heddick goes back there to return. Got to get it off quick, and he does. And this one's going to hit the track on the near side. Hey, I've done that a couple of times.
You hit a cheerleader there? They almost hit a cheerleader there, too.
I don't know if I did that.
Howe also only had 10 men on the field on the punt.
So,
well, that's not good if you've had a punt block to have 10 of your own men on the, not even have 11 men on the field.
Yeah, Caleb Mormon was running on late, and Coach Jay stopped him. As I counted, it was only 10 out there.
Well, that'll give the ball to Winnsboro with 8:48 remaining in the game at the Howe 47-yard line.
Well, you're at the point of the game now. You're just hoping no injuries for either team.
For sure. First down and 10. Left to right goes Winnsboro, and they hand it off again on the left side. And once again, that's a really good football player, and we've talked about it before, as Klicka will move the chains. And he's had 2 carries tonight for a 34-yard score, and now for a first down to the 35-yard line.
Again, one of the many weapons they got. They got these little small, quick scat backs they have, and they can just throw. If you zero in on one, they throw another one at you.
2 carries, 46 yards, according to my math brain. But
Yeah.
I was told there was not going to be the math, but that's why Blizzard's here. First down and 10. This is a handoff, quick hitter up the middle, and that's going to be Hernandez, and he's off to the races. 10, 5, kiss him goodbye.
Touchdown Winnsboro again. They go past half 100 and bump it on up to 56 to 7. 7:58 left to go.
That's when all those misdirections and counters and got guys going all different ways starts to confuse you. And Hernandez got past got to about the second level before anybody knew he had the ball.
So whistles before the PAT. As Marquez is ready to bang this one through, but there's a little bit of a delay in action. 7:58 on the clock.
Well, I think we should say, too, we don't want to have any more injuries. We don't have any more ejections either, because you're gonna, like I said, you're going to lose Jackson Atkins. If that's the case, lose him for the first half of next week.
High snap, but it's brought down nicely by Heddick. And Marquez bangs it through. 56 to 7, our new score. 7:58 remaining in the game. We'll be right back right after this. Justin, Bucks Nord Barbecue in downtown Van Alstyne is closing in on an all-time record. They have given away 37 free birthday buffets so far this month.
That's where all you have to do is show your proof of age and get a free Buck Snort Barbecue buffet for your birthday. They even include the drink.
Well, from this angle, they'll keep that offer 5 days before or 5 days after your actual birthday.
It's birthday time in Texas.
Oh, geez. Stop saying everything's in Texas.
Well, Buck Snort Barbecue is in downtown Van Alstyne, Texas.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
2 plays, 48 yards for your Tech Wave scoring drive. Your hit exterior scoring drive recap. Your Tech Wave kickoff's taken by Cooper Jones, who tries to hurdle a defender and is hit in midair. So a good way to be out for 3 or 4 weeks doing something like that.
May think twice about that next time.
So Howe will take over in their own territory somewhere around the 26-yard line. And I think Coach Jay is going to have a word with Mr. Jones about, hey, keep your feet on the ground, young man. They'll spot it at the 28, it appears. So that's where they'll start. So again, it's Angel Hernandez on your hit exterior scoring drive recap, punching it over from 35 yards, ending that 2-play 47-yard drive and extending the Winnsboro lead 56-7. Haley with a 1st and 10 goes under center. He's going to toss near side, and that's Jordan Jones looking for a block from Cooper Jones. He gets a good block. He's got the 40, escapes down the sideline, and steps out after a 1st down run to the 43-yard line.
I kind of like how they've done that a few times tonight, and I don't know why they wouldn't do it more often, is get him out in space, get him on those edges there, bring a guard around blocking, got Daniels there blocking for him, or Cooper Jones, and let Jordan Jones use some of the speed he has.
So it's 1st and 10. Right to left goes Howe. Seth Key will break the huddle as he is the center today in this 4th quarter with the absence of Jackson Atkins. Here's a toss, right side, same play other side, and Jones is going to slip a defender after a Cooper Jones block for about 4 yards, close to midfield at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, same play, right side. And some good blocking and then some good tackling there by the Red Raiders to kind of keep his gain minimal.
It'll be 2nd down and 7 thereabouts with 7:14 remaining in the game. And Howe, you'd like to just get another score right here, to end this thing with a positive note. As they've had some good positive things happen tonight offensively. Haley is going to fake the toss and had nowhere to go. Right in his face was a defender from Winnsboro, and he just had nowhere to go.
I believe that was Everett Glass who was right there, faked the pitch, and he turned around, and Glass was right there in his face. Pretty much an easy tackle there for
either that or it was Lane Lewis. Either one of the two. But it's going to be 3rd down and 8, regardless of which defender was right in the face of Haley as he turned around, faked the toss, and right there was somebody to hit him right in the mouth.
And it was almost like literally like turned around. He's like, "Oh, there you are."
Braden Wise wasn't sure exactly where to go. He just moved to tight end this week. Here's a quick hitter to Jordan Jones. Makes a couple of people miss, coming from far side to near. Trying to outrun a defender. Stiff arm and slung down at midfield. Another shirt tackle. And this time it's going to be by Winnsboro's Ray Soto, who grabs him by the jersey and just slings him down.
It was a quick pass to the right side, and he went from the far sideline over near Winnsboro, came almost directly across the other way, trying to find an edge, and good job by Soto to bring him down. He went probably 20 yards to get 5.
Maybe more than 20 yards. It's 50 across the whole field.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he went maybe 40. I'm gonna age myself right here.
Uh-oh.
Tony Dorsett type of run.
Okay, yeah.
You probably don't even remember Tony Dorsett.
Never heard of. No, I'm kidding.
4th down and 5. And Haley's going to toss. This time, Joey Heimel, he's going to bounce it out and just kind of dives forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a turnover on downs.
Joey Heimel, number 10, carry.
Heimel was that? I believe that may have been Heimel's first carry of the game tonight.
First carry of his career.
He gets a little bit of a gain, but the ball goes over on downs.
That is correct.
Malin Walker into the game at nose guard now for the first time tonight. It'll be 1st and 10, left to right. Winnsboro takes over right at midfield. It'll be a shotgun look with Finney still in the game, and he's going to hand off straight up the middle. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And I'll have you me if Malin Walker wasn't in on the stop with Luke Jackson.
I believe he was right there. He came right into Luke Walker or Malin Walker's territory right there, and Walker able to shed his tackle off the center there and bring down the ball carrier.
Gain of 1, left to right, 2nd down and 9. Finney, I think that's Finney still in the game at quarterback. It appears to be, and this is going to be a handoff again, straight up the middle. This time he slips the middle, and Andrew Bertrand finally brings down the ball carrier, but not after a nice 13-yard run, but a fumble on the play, and it's going to be recovered by Howe. And the Bulldogs come up with it and turn the ball the other way.
Looked like maybe trying to get extra yards at the end. I didn't see who knocked it away. Blizzard, did you see who knocked that ball away? No, Blizzard usually has his eye on who's able to.
His mic might have died again.
Uh-oh. But good job by the Bulldog defense to get a turnover.
Inge is who recovered it. Wesley Inge.
Wesley Inge recovered it. So a nice job there by Howe to turn them away, creating a turnover. It's 1st and 10. Right to left goes Howe. And back out on the field is Haley and company as Heimel will go out in a slot with Ryan Huff to the right side. Near side is Cooper Jones in the slot. And Daniels in the backfield. A quick pass near side. Lopez makes the catch, gets a good block from Daniels, and it's going to have about a 7-yard gain up to the 42-yard line.
With the little screen pass, we saw a little bit of that last year from the Bulldogs. And Lopez able to get about 6 yards out of it. And the Bulldogs kind of playing a little hurry-up offense right now.
Haley in the gun, 2 receivers either side. Jones in the near slot. That's Cooper Jones. And here's a swing pass to Lopez, who has a first down on the little bubble screen, who gets a pretty good block from Jones, enough to at least move the sticks. And Howe will be near midfield at the 45-yard line.
Pretty much same play there to Lopez.
Exact same play, it appeared.
Got him just enough for the first down, and Bulldogs feeling a little bit of a rhythm here in the 4th quarter.
Huff split out wide to the right. Lopez near side split out. Jordan Jones, the only back in a double tight end set. And Jones gets the hand. He's met at the line of scrimmage and brought down immediately. Nothing doing there. As he had a big defender right in his face, which was Shackelford and also Hernandez right there. Both of them equally punching him in the mouth at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I wonder if they were trying to get it to Jones quickly. It was just a step or two right behind Haley. And the Red Raider defense was ready for Jones as soon as he got that ball.
3:26 left to go in the game. It's 2nd down and 11, a 1-yard loss on that play as Haley in the gun. High snap, brings it down, quick pass out to the right side, and as soon as he's slung it out to Jordan Jones, he was hit immediately, and Jones is down, but he quickly gets back up. It's going to be a loss of 2
on the screen pass out to the right side. As soon as Haley went back to throw, he had two defenders just all over Jordan Jones.
Yeah, it was a little bit off target. Jones had to adjust for it, but it wouldn't have mattered. I think they were in pretty hot pursuit of Jones, no matter how on target that would have been.
3rd down and 13 for Howe. Haley fakes the bubble screen, now goes deep down the field for Cooper Jones, and it's intercepted at the 25-yard line. Just over the outstretched hands of Jones, who was in double coverage, and it's going to be intercepted by, I believe that is Keen Glover, who picks it off.
Yeah, had a cornerback there in defending Cooper Jones, and then a safety coming over the top, and Glover able to come over there and make the interception, and that may be the last play of the offensive possession for the Bulldogs.
Well, it works as a deep punt, although it was 3rd down. The ball inside the 20, or right at the 20-yard line for Winnsboro. And, again, there's only 2:33 left to go in the game. Winnsboro comes to the line of scrimmage. Finney goes under center this time, sends a man in motion, and he's going to hand off to the first man through, and a lot of room to run, and finally brought down after a 10-yard gain out to the 31-yard line.
Well, after tonight, Bulldogs start to get ready for Emory Raines next week. Raines will come into town.
Raines was giving Pottsboro a little run for it tonight.
Yeah, Pottsboro looked like they started to pull away. It's 49-24 in the 3rd quarter on that game.
Winnsboro breaks the huddle. You got to be happy for Howe tonight. I mean, the scoreboard doesn't indicate it at all, but at least a little score in the first quarter was nice.
Yeah, got something to build off of. They realized they can move the ball. Now they just, you wonder with this I formation, double tight ends, what can materialize out of that? What they can build off that and use other formations to their advantage. They got to kind of use their personnel. The personnel they have to that fits what they got.
2nd down and 10. Nothing doing on that last play. And nothing doing here either. Not much doing. A little dive up the middle and churning to about the 35-yard line, a gain of about 5.
Harrington, the ball carrier.
Luke Jackson apparently on the tackle there.
Once again on the stop.
Maybe Damius Wilson, as you hear the PA announcer there. Roger Tidwell and Leon Thornhill have been doing this a long time at Bulldog Stadium. It just wouldn't sound the same with anybody else doing it over there. 3rd and 5. There's 44 seconds on the clock. And it appears victory formation. And a Winnsboro player was knocked down. It was
the Glover again. It
was Glover again, but that's the end of the game. You hear the Winnsboro band starting to fire up their fight song, and all of that as the Red Raiders moved to 4-1 on the season and 1-1 in district play. Howe conversely moves to 0-5 and 0-2 in district play. But some signs of life offensively tonight. That's a really good football team at Winnsboro. We've mentioned this is the toughest district in the state of Texas in Class 3A as far as that's concerned. So many teams ranked in the top 10, and you're talking about Pottsboro, Mineola, Winnsboro,
Mount Vernon.
Yeah, there's that's not us. There's some static going on in the big press box, and that is not us. Hey, let me help them.
All right, here we can put Carson on there. Well, maybe they're back.
Okay.
Crisis averted.
Yeah, I think they figured out. That was loud. There were people in the stands holding their ears. Wow. Maybe the static was just trying to drown out their fight song over there. I'm not sure. But Howe's about ready to give the fight song or the school song. They're holding their helmets in the air. And tell you what, no matter what, win, lose, or draw, I'm always a Bulldog.
You know, it's tough in seasons like this when you're matched up against the teams that you are in district play. But tell you what, the Bulldogs came out. They looked different in the first half. This is the first time the Bulldogs have scored in the first half of a football game this season. And they looked really good doing it on their very first drive. Went down on the very first drive of the game and put together a 12-play drive of 65 yards that took almost 6 minutes off the clock on that first drive. And it was a lot of Jordan Jones. And it was Austin Haley who snuck it across for the touchdown at the goal line. And, you know, hey, you're talking about a team who's one of the very smallest in 3A Division I. That's a fact. And it's a numbers game. It is. People don't like to hear that, but it's true. When you're at the top of Division 3A Division II, as Howe has been in the past, things are a lot easier when you're playing the Tom Beans and White Wrights and Bells and towns that are a lot smaller than you. You have more kids to choose from. And now the tables have turned, and Howe's one of the smallest teams in the state of Texas as far as 3A Division I. And the tables have turned, and it's really tough for Howe. It's a numbers game. And not only that, not only do you only have about 30 on your roster where other teams have about 50, Howe has about 15 underclassmen on their roster. So it's not even the same. It's apples and oranges when you're talking about rosters from these other teams. Not making excuses for Howe, but it's an opportunity for the Bulldogs to be really good in about 2 years. When these sophomores are seniors, when these freshmen, there's a couple of freshmen on this team, and when they're juniors, even next year, it's going to be a little bit easier next year because you're going to be a little bit more talented with the experience. But it's still going to be tough when you're in this district and in this division, and it's just going to be tough until you can get some help from the UIL, who obviously hates the Howe Bulldogs for whatever reason. But until we get some help from the UIL and get out of this district, and who knows?
Yeah, you've really been up against it, as you said. I mean, you're young. You've got one of the toughest districts in the state. You got a lot of, like I said, a lot of young players on there, and you're going to have some growing pains here for a little while. You're going to have some guys, you know, that are going to be growing up right before our eyes here, and it's just something that we're just all going to have to live through here for just a little while until they grow up. And again, with this offense we saw earlier in the game, they played better. We saw some life out of them, but they still got some work to do, and we'll see what happens next week when they got Rains coming to town. And Caroline, you about to come on here?
We get these headphones on.
Wiping everything down for.
Yes, so we're actually going to head to commercial, and we'll be back with some highlights.
All right.
Hello, Bulldog fans. This is Juan Enciso, your local farmers insurance agent here in Howe. We're here to assist you with your insurance needs, including auto, home, life, business needs, and more. We're vested in the community because we are the only insurance agent in Howe. Our office is at 403 West Hanning Street, or we can be reached by calling 972-382-6121. We're also on the web at farmersagent.com/JEnciso. I have the knowledge and experience to help you better understand your insurance coverage options. Call me, Juan Enciso, at 972-382-6121.
Get to B-Dubs on Thursdays for buy one, get one free boneless wings. Or as we like to say, 100% more wings. That's right. When you buy boneless wings on Thursdays, you get the same amount of wings for $0.00. Basically, the second order is 100% off. So get here for buy one, get one free boneless wings on Boneless Thursdays. Buffalo Wild Wings. Roar! Buy one, get one of equal value free. Dine in at participating locations. Takeout is limited and may vary by location. Size exclusions may apply while supplies last. Limit one offer per customer. Not valid with any other coupon.
You're listening to the Ann's Realty Group post-game show.
Welcome back to Bulldog Stadium. Caroline here. 56-7 was the final here. Winnsboro Red Raiders beating Howe. They moved to a 4-1 overall and 1-1 in the district. So we're going to head up to Blake the Blizzard Burnett for some stats from this game.
All right, we'll start with the Bulldog stats tonight on offense. Austin Haley was 8 of 14 passing with 1 interception and 49 yards. Receivers on the night, Ethan Lopez, 3 catches, 15 yards. Jordan Jones, 4 catches, 30 yards, and Carson Daniels, 1 catch for 4 yards. Running the ball for the Bulldogs tonight, Carson Daniels, 6 carries, 15 yards. Cooper Jones, 2 carries, 10 yards. Jordan Jones, 12 for 35. He also had 2 long runs in the first half that were called back on penalties, though. Austin Haley, 8 carries for -12, and Joey Heimel, 1 carry for 0 yards. Austin Haley did add a rushing touchdown on a quarterback sneak. Now we'll jump into Winnsboro's offense, as they were led on the ground tonight by Dominique Allen, who had 8 carries for 87 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kid Kika had 2 carries for 45 yards. Tayshawn Runnels, 1 carry for 9. Zeb Fulmer, 1 carry for 9. Backup quarterback, Coach's Kid, 2 carries for 13. He also passed the ball well tonight. Kid Cole, 8 carries for 39. Angel Hernandez, 9 carries for 84 and 2 touchdowns. Glover, 3 carries for 22 and a touchdown. Passing the ball for Winnsboro, Tristan Stout was 4 of 9 for 46 yards. And backup quarterback, Coach's Kid, 6 of 7 for 36 yards. Rance Brown, 2 for 26 receiving. And Dominique Allen had a nice catch. Angel Hernandez, 2 for 17. Winnsboro's offense was clicking all the way through. I think they scored on every drive tonight. On defense, the Bulldogs were led by Joey Heimel with 11 tackles, Colby Taylor with 8, Jordan Jones with 6, Matt Hayes with 4 and a forced fumble, Jackson Atkins 4, Luke Jackson 6, and that's all the stats we have tonight.
Well, thank you so much, Blizzard. Monty, I almost called him Malin. Monty went down onto the field to talk to Malin, and when we come back, I'm sure he'll be back and ready to do some highlights from the game. If you've ever been in an automobile accident, who do you trust for your needed repairs? Star Auto Body is Texoma's most trusted body shop, serving all of Grayson County and surrounding counties since 1992. Star Auto Body is locally owned and operated. Services include major collision repairs with or without insurance claims, minor cosmetic repairs, parts replacement, and refinishing. Choose Star Auto Body and Alignments in Howe, Texas, 903-532-5365. Star Auto Body of Howe, Texas.
This is Michelle Castle with Guild Mortgage, welcoming you to Howe Bulldogs football. Guild has been delivering on the promise of home to hundreds of thousands of people just like you for over 60 years. With a big heart and a desire to serve, we're committed to making life better in our communities. This is where we live, and we're committed to building it with you.
Guild Mortgage is an equal housing lender company, NMLS 3274. Michelle Castle, NMLS number 231122. Branch address 714 North Travis Street, Sherman, Texas 75090. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice.
Buying and or selling your next home should be an enjoyable experience. At Ann's Realty Group, our commitment to the personal relationship of the transaction ensures not only the level of communication that you deserve, but also the assurance that we will be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. The flexibility that the freedom of being an independent brokerage allows us to be fully at your service as you need us to be. Ann's Realty Group, Ann Dicken Broker, for all your real estate needs. 903-818-2676.
You're listening to Howe Bulldogs football on HoweEnterprise.com. Not a member of FDIC. Not an equal housing lender. Fake license number 8675309. Howe, Portland, Seattle.
You're listening to the Ann's Realty Group post-game show.
Welcome back. I had to go downstairs and snap a photo with the kiddo, who's a freshman nose guard, who apparently, talking to Caroline, he came off the field really pumped after that tackle that he made. So good for him. We're proud of him. He said, I got in all of 3 plays. And
he got in and made an impact.
Yeah, I said, but you made a tackle, didn't you? He goes, yes, I did.
Proud of that tackle. Proud of that tackle.
So good for him. Hey, let's go over some scores we're here right now. Jake Roberts is working on highlights, so as soon as he gets done with that, and after we get done with scores, we'll recap the game and we'll head on out of here.
All right, we'll just start with some scores around the district. Bonham is trailing Mineola. That's in the fourth quarter, 55-22. Mount Vernon is up on Commerce in the fourth. That's 45-20. And then Pottsboro in the fourth as well. They're up on Range 56-24. That game was kind of close earlier, but it looks like Pottsboro is going to pull away on that one. White is leading Blue Ridge 41-7. Tom Bean's trailing Trenton 46-18. Sherman was beat by Mount Pleasant 24-7. Bells and Gunner was going to be a big district match, but it looks like Gunner flexed their muscles 41-7 over Bells. Number 4 ranked Lindsay 76-12 over Tioga. And I think that's all I got. Are we ready for stats or highlights?
Yeah, I think we're ready.
Okay.
Jake Roberts, thank you for doing highlights tonight. We had audio that was good for you. At least we had that for you. We apologize for the weeks you've not been able to get to do that because of our problem. So let's recap this thing. Winnsboro took the ball first to start this game, and they went down the field on 8 plays and 66 yards and punched it in with a 2-yard touchdown by Dominique Allen.
This is a handoff to the left side, and in for the touchdown is Allen.
And Allen scored to make it 7-0 Winnsboro with 6:39 left to go in the first. And Howe took the football. We were all wondering, hey, what's Howe going to look like tonight on offense? They've made some changes. Things are a little bit different. And what we got was a 12-play, 65-yard drive that was really impressive. It took about 6 minutes off the clock, and it was capped off with a 2-yard touchdown by quarterback Austin Haley.
He's going to try to sneak it in himself. Surges forward. Is he close? Is he in? No signal yet. And it is touchdown time in Texas.
Austin Haley punched it in to tie the game at 7 with 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Very impressive drive by Howe. Winnsboro then got the ball, and we knew, hey, we're not going to be here very long because both teams were chewing up yards, chewing up clock. And Winnsboro went 10 plays, 65 yards, took 6 minutes off the clock, and it was a 1-yard touchdown by Allen again.
Same situation. This is 2-down territory for Winnsboro. And they have the muscle to punch it forward, you would think. Stout sends a man in motion. They're going to hand off to Allen over right guard. He's in. That one's pretty easy. Touch.
And they take the lead right there, 14-7, with 6:36 remaining in the second quarter. Howe took the ball at their own 15-yard line, and this is where games change.
And Howe wants to throw. Quick screen pass near side. Ethan Lopez makes the catch and has about 4 yards, but the ball is on the turf, and Winnsboro has it. And this is how games change right here.
And it did change right there as Winnsboro took the ball at the Howe 20-yard line, only needed 5 plays to score, and punched it in on a 3-yard touchdown by Angel Hernandez.
To the right, everybody else in tight. This is a handoff up the middle, and converting easily for the score
is Angel Hernandez. That made it 21-7 with 3:33 remaining in the second quarter. Winnsboro, Howe got the ball and had to punt for the first time tonight, and then Winnsboro took it at their own 38-yard line and went 9 plays, 62 yards, and scored on a 17-yard touchdown from Finney to Brown.
15, but there's only 8 seconds on the clock. So Winnsboro needs to score right here. This is going to be Finney in the game at quarterback, drops back 3 steps, looks in the end zone, going to throw it down left side. It's going to be caught by Brown. He looks in the end zone, steps over the defender for the touchdown.
An amazing play for Winnsboro as they had to have it on that very last play, and they did. They were able to convert on the very final play of the first half, which made it 28-7 going into the half. And then Howe opened the second half, at their own 30-yard line, drove down 7 plays and had to punt, and things didn't go well.
On 4th down and 6, Howe at the Winnsboro 49-yard line. A good snap, and the kick is blocked. And Winnsboro has it at the 41-yard line.
Well, they took it the total 41 yards on 9 plays, and it was capped off by a touchdown by Glover.
Been the key cog of this thing.
Ball at the 9-yard line, a fresh set of downs, 1st and goal from the 9. Stout handoff up the middle, and that is going to be close to a touchdown, and it is.
It was Glover to cap it off, and that brought our new score 35-7 with 6:44 left to go in the third. Howe took it at their own 25 and had to punt it away, gave it back to Winnsboro with 3:30 left to go in the third at their own 48-yard line, drove it 8 plays, 52 yards, and capped it off with a 1-yard touchdown. barking for it. He gets it. He rolls out right, looking for the end zone, thrown, and it is popped up, incomplete, and now caught for a touchdown. Arrington brought it in. It was a 1-yard score, about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and that made it 42-7 with $1:34 left to go in the third quarter. Howe took it at their own 25 and tried a fourth down conversion, but came up short, turned it over on downs to Winnsboro. But that set up a 34-yard touchdown by Klicka. On the left side, and a lot of room right there. Scampering all the way for the touchdown for Winnsboro is going to be Klicka. Yeah, that is Creighton Klicka who scored there for Winnsboro on one play. 34 yards, made it 49-7 with 11:38 left to go in the game. Winnsboro was not done after another punt by Howe. They went 2 plays, 47 yards, and scored on a 35-yard run by Angel Hernandez. Quick hitter up the middle, and that's going to be Hernandez, and he's off to the races. 10-5, kiss him goodbye. Touchdown Winnsboro again. So that made it 56-7, which eventually became our final score. The last score came with 7:58 left to go in the game. It was turnover on downs and a fumble recovered by Inge and an interception of Haley, and Winnsboro had it at the very end, and that was about it. So the scoreboard reads 56-7. Howe had a much better first half than and looked better offensively than they have at any point throughout this first half of the season. Tonight's first quarter was really impressive with the 12-play, 56-yard drive, and that sets up, Jordan Jones looked really good tonight. So we're going to wrap this one up. I want to say thanks to Jake Roberts for cutting highlights, our intern tonight. Thank you to Justin White, our color analyst, and to Blake Burnett, the wizard, who is on stats all night and all season. Thanks to Carson Grogan, our engineer and producer, and to Caroline Slauson, our sideline extraordinaire. For everyone who's been a part of this one, I'm Monty Walker. We will see you next week. So long, everybody.